Megan Fox.
And Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox writes at PJ Media.
Eat shit, Tucker.
And that was your last. God damn it, Vic. I cried for 2 days.
Megan, thank you very much for that.
Oh, I can explain the bed thing. A nest in one of my penthouses, and I had to pry a steak. It's like Jesus going into the temple. He's like, I got a whip! Get out! Get out!
I would have thrown them all off the balcony.
Megan Fox.
She's the devil. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry.
There's something about the way that you say my name. Make me forget everything when you call
Megan.
me.
Megan Fox. Megan Fox.
I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
You've never met a bitch like me. You want to tangle? You want to go? Holy shit. Holy shit.
Too much cussing on this. I guess we didn't bleep it, so we got to turn it off. But
You pissed off the wrong woman.
oh my God, I have been assaulted. What are you gonna do when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother?
She's the devil.
Not for publication. Megan Fox.
And Megan Fox has the story.
I'm Megan.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
Thank
you. Cheers.
Well, look, bitch, you're not serious either. You didn't even do the paperwork in time.
Well. How are ya? How is everybody doing today? Welcome back to the program. I'm Megan Fox. I write with pjmedia.com. You can find my articles there every day. And with me today is Gadfly. He's back. Oh my God.
And now I'm back from outer space.
I've missed you so much.
Missed you too. Been a
I don't know
while.
what you've been like working like a real job or something.
I know, like a loser, like an absolute loser.
You've been just too much working, and I don't know. I feel like you should be here with me instead. It's just.
I agree. I don't need to eat. Get that food out of here.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, I've had quite a week, and it's not been weird as fuck at all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not at all. No, it's not been weird at all. And we're going to get to why it has not been weird at all, she said sarcastically. Delia wants to know, where's my song? Well, I made my own. So.
No, I made that. That was all me.
No, you.
It's me.
He's been busy. Leave him alone. He'll figure it out, or he won't. It'll be fine. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. But you know why I wanted you here today, Gadfly, in particular?
What's up?
Because Amber Heard has made a public statement.
Oh, no. Another one.
And we need to see it.
I'm sure it's really insightful, important, and intelligent.
So I go on Twitter this morning and I see that Amber Heard is trending like "Stand with Amber" or whatever the hell thing that's with Amber when when the bots get going.
Yeah.
It's hashtag Amber is free. She's free.
Free from what?
free. Apparently from her own making. I don't know. Should we read her statement? Because
Sure, I can't wait.
it's so dumb. Okay, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. She has settled the lawsuit that she was never going to win, by the way, with Johnny. She settled her appeal. That's what this is about. She settled it for $1 million, and he's going to turn around and give that $1 million away to charity, is what he said. The appeal. I love how her supporters are out there saying that this means that she was going to win. That's why she settled.
Yeah, that's what settlement means. It's the type of intelligence I'd expect from the Amber supporters. Yeah, got it.
Yes. All right, so she put this on Instagram today. I wish I had an Amber Heard voice to do.
She was going to win more money. That's why she accepted less.
No, she has to pay him, and I don't think he has to pay her anything. I don't know. We're going to get to the details of the settlement in a second.
Got it.
But I think that she settled for paying him $1 million instead of 10.
I see.
To make this go away or whatever.
Well, yeah, the money. He didn't care about the money in the first place.
He didn't care about the money in the first place. She says, "I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system." I need violin music playing behind me while I do this. I don't have any, unfortunately. Do you have any Exactly. I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system, where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder. When I stood before a judge in the UK and lied my ass off to him, I was vindicated by a robust, impartial, and fair system where I was protected from having to give the worst moments of my testimony in front of the world's media. You mean the ones where you lied and everyone knew it?
Amazing.
Brave. You didn't. So stunning. So brave.
Stunning. Empowerment.
And where the court found that I was subjected to domestic and sexual violence. She's doubling down, folks. She's doubling down.
It was right there in the cupboard.
In the U.S., however, I exhausted almost all my resources, and the American public, by the way, Amber. You exhausted us as well. We are fucking tired of you.
I'm exhausted.
I exhausted almost all of my resources in advance of and during a trial in which I was subjected to a courtroom in which abundant direct evidence that corroborated my testimony was excluded. and in which popularity and power mattered more than reason and due process.
Absolutely.
In the interim, I was exposed to a type of humiliation that I simply cannot relive. Oh, honey, you're going to be reliving it forever. The internet is forever exposed.
I'm imagining this like one of those political ad campaigns where like someone like says a word and then like the word's like repeated on the screen and fades away. Trust. Loyalty.
Exposed. Oh God, this is so sick. All right, I don't even think this is the whole thing. This is a different one. In the interim, I would even if my U.S. appeal is successful, which she didn't have a prayer that it would be, the best outcome would be a retrial where a new jury would have to consider the evidence again. I simply cannot go through that for a third time because you'd lose. The reason you couldn't go through it for a third time is because you'd lose.
Just so you all know, I would have won, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. There aren't enough tissues on the planet for me to do it a third time.
It's so absurd. This whole thing is so ridiculous that she is even... Okay, there's more. And her simps, the Amber Heard simps are out there trying to claim that she would have won this thing. And I'm sorry if you guys have watched Nick's stream. Nick did he tore apart the appeal and it was great. If you haven't watched that, watch it. Nick goes over the appeal and why it had no hope of winning at all. Okay, look at this simp. Amber is settling her case. I will support her decisions as always. As much as I wanted her to win, I understand. I would never expect her to put herself through more pain. She's endured so much. But did she lose a finger?
People know that like a settlement would be proposed by the other side, right? So this would be Johnny Depp actually saying like, I don't want to do this shit again. Let's do less. I don't care. Sure, $1 million. We'll give it to charity. I don't care about this.
Right, exactly.
Not her. She's the one saying
wasn't
I
offering
want
the settlement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she says, after a great deal of deliberation, I've made a very difficult decision to settle my defamation case brought against me by my ex-husband in Virginia. It is important for me to say that I never chose this. Oh my God. You kind of did when you went to the Washington Post. Okay. And the ACLU.
No, that was somebody else.
And you decided you were going to make your career about being the victim of domestic violence. Like, you know what she could have done? You know what she could have done, Gadfly?
Anything else?
Anything else? She could have said, I'm becoming a spokesperson for domestic violence because domestic violence is bad. And I don't like it.
Yep.
And she would have been perfectly fine. She did not have to take on the mantle of a domestic abuse victim, point her finger at her ex-husband, and claim he did these outrageous and ridiculous things to her in order to be a spokesperson for domestic violence.
No,
Not
she
at
did.
all. It's important for me to say that I never chose this. I defended my truth. God, I hate that phrase.
My truth.
My truth.
My truth is that dragons are real.
That's my truth.
But look at my name.
Wait, I missed it. A dragon believer. The chat is really happy to see you back, by the way. They missed you. We've all missed you. So good to have you. I can't even tell you. I've just been I'm a gadfly simp. What can I say?
I understand.
I
pretty lame, though.
I defended my truth, and in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed. The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimized. Oh, wait, I didn't even add it to the stream. I'm sorry. When they come forward. Now, finally, I have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago and on terms I can agree with.
I agree.
Objection, hearsay. Oh my God, I don't advocate.
No, stop it.
She's such a genius. She's so brave and cool.
Song is a genius. Just saying. All right. Anyway.
What happened to your microphone? You sound terrible now. Is it just me?
Oh, it did. It does.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Okay.
I lied to you. Sorry, that was my truth. I apologize.
The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimized when they come forward. Now I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago and on terms I can agree to. I have made no admission. This is not an act of concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. Johnny, that was a mistake. Go back. Get that gag order. I don't know why they did not gag this bitch. I can't understand why. She's just going to do it again.
I had a joke, but I'm not going to say it.
Why? You should always say the jokes that you shouldn't say.
No. I don't want to get canceled.
Well, you're on the wrong stream for that. I got to tell you, you are hanging out with the wrong girl. If you,
I like to play with fire. I just don't like when I douse myself in gasoline. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh, I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system, where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder. Listen, bitch, everything you put on the court record is on the record. Whether it was on television or not, it would have been in a court's transcript, which anybody could have gotten. And you should know this.
Nuh-uh. That's not true.
It is true.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right, so I guess
such a horrible mistake.
I read the last part first, so I'm not going to repeat that. We already read that part. So that's her full statement. What do you guys think?
I think it's good. I'm convinced. I like what she said.
Lemon Party says, I'm so disappointed in Depp for not bankrupting the bitch. Well, he never really wanted the money, I don't think. And I think he would rather just be done with her than have to fight it out again in court. I prefer, and I don't think there was any chance she was going to get a new trial. I think she was going to lose that appeal. So I'm surprised he settled. I really am. I think the appeal would have been a lot of fun to make her make those stupid arguments. And I also think that she should have been punished more than $1 million, but whatever, it's his choice. But also, I think the only thing here that's really a big mistake is not getting an NDA, not getting a, when I was involved in a defamation suit, some idiot at the library sued me. We had to agree to it. We agreed to a settlement at the end. We made no concessions. We did nothing. The settlement was basically, you don't have to do anything she asked you to do. Just don't talk about this anymore. Like, just here, don't talk about the details of this settlement, which it's like, what details? And we agreed to nothing. She got nothing. So what? But see, that's normal though, in these kinds of suits, that you eventually end up signing something that says, okay, we won't talk about you anymore and you won't talk about us anymore. Let's call it a day. So it's odd to me that he didn't get that.
Yeah, it was a little odd. But also, again, he's probably like, whatever, just let me continue my life and not be sad all the time.
Well, let's see what the Washington Post has to say about it.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. The Washington Post has actually put this behind a paywall. How ridiculous.
That's awesome.
That's so dumb.
I respect it.
Who's going to pay to read the Washington Post's take on this, which has already been archived an hour ago? Okay, here we go.
Me.
Let's go to the archived version.
I pay all the money so I can see what the Washington Post has to say.
All right, the Washington Post. And by the way, if you're just joining the stream, make sure you hit that like button on YouTube and subscribe. Hi to my Rumble, and Locals chat is open, by the way, meganfox.locals.com. And you can... Oh, thank you. John sent a tip on Locals and says you can't hear it because it's the world's tiniest violin. The violin playing behind her. It's very funny. All right, so... Locals is fun, by the way. You guys should be over there. We're doing a lot of fun stuff over there. Gadfly, you should come with me sometime when we watch. We're watching Meghan and Harry together on Locals, and we're also watching Casey Anthony, that awful documentary. That's tomorrow night, by the way. We're doing episode 3 tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Stay tuned to Locals for the link to that. Those of you who are signed up subscribers, you guys will get that invitation soon. It would be fun.
Great. I've listened to a lot of interrogation footage recently. So
interrogation footage? Which one? Of who?
Just random murderers and people.
Really?
It's been pretty interesting.
Really? You'll have to send me your favorite ones. That sounds interesting to me. I would like to do that.
Well, I'll send you a channel that you can get lost in.
Oh, yeah. Do that. Anonymous, yes, there's drama. We'll get to it. We're just going to get through the Amber Heard stuff first, okay? And then I'm going to make my my prepared statement. No, I'm kidding. I don't have a prepared statement, but we'll talk about it. Hold on. Okay. Amber Heard, Johnny Depp reached $1 million settlement in defamation case. Heard said she decided to settle the case brought by her ex-husband because she had lost faith in the American judicial system. Amber Heard announced Monday morning she has decided to settle the defamation case brought against her by her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. Heard had previously filed to appeal the June verdict, which largely sided with Depp, while still finding that the actors had defamed each other. I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system, where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder, Heard wrote in a statement on Instagram. Attorneys for Depp said Monday that they were pleased to formally close the door on this painful chapter for Mr. Depp, who made it clear throughout this process that his priority was about bringing the truth to light. The jury's unanimous decision and the resulting judgment.
What is the truth? Don't you mean his truth?
Yeah, they didn't use the approved phraseology.
Yeah, it needs to be his truth. I don't know what "the" means.
We don't understand the truth. The jury's unanimous decision and the resulting judgment in Mr. Depp's favor against Ms. Heard remains fully in place. Benjamin Chu and Camille Vasquez said in a statement, adding of the settlement, the payment of $1 million, which Mr. Depp is pledging and will donate, is pledging and will donate. That's a hilarious dig right there. To charities, reinforces Ms. Heard's acknowledgement of the conclusion of the legal system's rigorous pursuit for justice. The case stemmed from a 2018 Washington Post op-ed, well, we all know this, representing herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse without naming anyone specific, although she certainly alluded to him when she said 2 years ago, which everyone knows 2 years ago she filed a restraining order against Johnny Depp. Blah, blah, blah. After a weeks-long trial in Fairfax, blah, blah, blah. This is really not that interesting. Much of the vitriol, it's just not. It's like we already know all this stuff. A jury awarded Depp $15 million in damages per Virginia law. $5 million of the punitive damages were automatically reduced to $350,000. Heard was awarded $2 million for one of the 3 counts in her countersuit, which argued that Depp attorney Adam Waldman defamed her, which I will never understand how they could hold Depp accountable for that.
Waldman's fault.
In November, Depp's team appealed Heard's $2 million award, describing that aspect of the jury's decision as erroneous and questioning whether Depp could be held liable for the conduct of his attorney. Even if Depp could be, his attorneys argued, Ms. Heard failed to present evidence that Mr. Waldman acted with actual malice. Heard's team appealed the verdict later in November, with her attorneys outlining what they argued were numerous errors committed during the trial, which, again, I encourage you to go watch Nick's stream on the Amber Heard appeal. It's just I think he did it last week. It's really good, and it explains why she had no chance of winning this thing. All right, so
I think she could have done it.
You think she could have pulled it off?
Yeah, she could have done it. She just had to go up there and say my truth.
She is signaling, though, that because she wouldn't be able to make statements to the appeals court. The appeals court would literally just look at the record. That's it. Just the record of the transcripts of the original trial. And they would have to make that decision whether or not to overturn a jury verdict, which is very, very rare, based on simply what happened in the trial. There would be no new testimony allowed, no new evidence presented. And there is no way that a judge is going to look at that and go, I think the jury got it wrong. No, wow. Judges don't do that.
Oh, Megan, showing your real true colors right now. I believe that you should believe all women.
I should believe all women.
Especially Amber. She's a genius and an inspiration.
Yeah. Very inspirational. Very, very inspirational. All right. Well,
she's a psycho. Good riddance. Bye.
Yeah. And I think Royal Plague, thanks for the rants for pants, says rants for pants and Kurt is an asshole. Now look, okay, that brings me to my next topic.
Kurt? I like him.
Kurt from Uncivil Law. This is really, my comments really don't have anything to do with Kurt. And let me just say right off the top, I wish Kurt nothing but happiness and success at everything he does. I don't have any personal grudges against Kurt. I think that on Thursday night, we were in a birthday stream. We had all been drinking a lot of liquor. I still have the bottle sitting on my desk. I was drinking whiskey and beer at the same time. We were all having a really good time, and until we weren't. And Kurt was upset.
Oh, this is awesome. Where can I watch this? I want to watch this right now.
All right. Well,
this sounds amazing.
There's a clip. Wait, I'm going to get it.
I'm so excited.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. I'm not a huge fan of the clip. And no shade on Divinity for clipping it. I don't care. What I don't like about the clip is that it doesn't really give full context. But in order to get the full context, you have to go back to the birthday stream and you have to rewatch about 45 minutes of this conversation, which I'm not willing to do here. I don't want to go over it in that much of detail. So we'll just go over, the clip that was created for YouTube.
All right.
Let's do it. But my comments today are really not going to be about Kurt. Kurt, I don't know I don't know Kurt. I don't know him well. We're not personal friends. He had a problem, and I am, despite what Kurt said, I am compassionate to Kurt's problem.
Oh my God, there's so much buildup.
I know. Well, it's interesting. All right.
Okay. Is this gonna make me turn on you? Because that's what I want more than anything.
Maybe.
All right, let's do it.
Maybe. I didn't intend to upset anyone. We were just having a good time. And actually, I wish that she had clipped out before this the stuff that was happening right before it, because it was an absolute scream. Camelot, who's like this super ripped dude who gets tons of ass, was talking about his, and I wasn't paying that close of attention, because you have to understand that when you're on these streams with 10 people, it is nearly impossible to pay attention, right? It's nearly impossible to pay attention to everything that's going on. There's like 3 different chats. There's all these people on the stream. Sometimes people are talking over one another, so you miss things. And I didn't understand that Camelot was actually talking about, I didn't realize that he uses these apps simply for hit it and quit it. Like, I didn't understand that. I thought that these guys were trying to like date girls, like trying to find girls to date, like seriously, right? I didn't realize that he was just talking about hitting it and quitting it. So he was telling this story about this girl that he went out on a Tinder date with, and she was fat, which, it happens. And when he got there, she had already ordered like 5 different appetizers that she had eaten before he got there and didn't know. I mean, this is a terrible thing to do to someone. You should never do that, right? It's bad.
Sure.
And he didn't know until he paid the bill. And so he was telling that story. Runkle told another story of being like, of girls trying to roll him on Tinder as well. Like it sounded like a terrible situation. My question to Camelot, and nobody else, by the way, just to him, was, you're a good looking guy. Why do you even need to use these apps? You could just go outside and like ask anyone out. They would go out with you. Like you could go anywhere. And I said go to a bookstore. And of course they all fell out laughing. Like, and in fact, Lawn Lumber, Rob goes, "What Nicholas Sparks novel are you living in?" And I thought that was hilarious. It was all funny. I mean, they were busting on me. I was laughing. And then I said, okay, go to the auto parts store then. I mean, I was just upping the absurdity. Everyone was laughing. Everyone was having a good time. No one was mad.
Right.
And this went on for a while, and the guys were trying to explain to me, no, you can't go up to women in public anymore because they'll accuse you of sexual harassment, or they'll or put it on Instagram and shame you. And okay, maybe that's true. And obviously,
first of all, that's not true.
Oh, it's not true.
No,
hold on. We have a dissenter. It's not true. Please tell me more.
How is that true? There's still bars. There's still okay. Most people are normal. Most people don't sit online and aren't on Twitter and on slate.com or whatever. And they just go to bars and they have fun. And most people also who are single want to be with people who are also single.
That's what I was trying to say.
Like, everyone in the world is lonely all the time.
How did you meet Girlfly?
They're just a mutual friend. Like a human being.
Like a human being. Thank you. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with meeting people online, okay? Like, meet them online if you want to. I just think that it's probably a good idea to also keep your social skills up, so that you could go out and talk to people,
Yeah, I mean, to be like, oh, you can't meet someone at like a bar anymore because if you go up to a girl, they're going to accuse you of sexual. I don't think that's true. As far as the people that I know that have gotten in relationships recently, they've all just approached them.
And please, for the chat, how old are you?
27.
Thank you. So he has a right to speak about this. Okay, wait, I have to say something before we go here on this video. I have to say something that just came to mind. One of the things that, and by the way, Daisy Nimbus, when I said the auto parts store, everyone died laughing. Since then, 2 people have reached out to me to say they met their husband in an auto parts shop. My husband told me, oh, I met girls at the auto parts store. There were some cute ones there.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I actually was kidding, but like you could really literally meet someone anywhere. I mean, you could. And that's the way we used to do it. And everyone was saying, you're so out of touch. You haven't been in the dating scene in 22 years. So you have no right to speak about this. I'm just pointing out, Gadfly is 27. When was the last time you were dating, Gadfly? before you found your girlfriend?
It would have been 2018, 2019.
Okay, so
maybe
plenty of
2017.
plenty of dating apps then. And look, here's why I really bristle. I really bristle at the idea that I have no right to talk about this topic at all. I am a mother of teenagers. I have 3 children, 2 of whom are entering it. Well, one of whom is in the dating age group right now, and another one coming up to it soon. How dare you tell me I don't have a right to comment on the dating culture in this scenario? What I'm terrified for my children that they are going to be, lost in this. Tim Pool's Yamaka Beanie, thanks to the super chat, says the only people getting accused of harassment or whatever are not the guy on Racket's stream. It's guys like Kurt that get that reaction because they aren't a 10. I have thoughts about why possibly Kurt has problems, but I'm not going to comment on him because it's not my place, and Kurt is in a bad spot. I mean, when someone says they're thinking of eating themselves, I think that's beyond where I want to go with I'm not going to give Kurt any advice. And also, I just want to be clear. I wasn't giving advice on that stream either. I was just asking questions like, why is it like this? And a lot of you have made a bunch of comments on other people's videos talking about this that I had no business giving anybody advice. I even said on the stream, if you watch it, I'm not giving anybody advice. I'm just telling you what my experience was. I'm telling you how I did it. Telling you how people still, and if I were single tomorrow, if God forbid something happened to Mr. Fox and I wanted to go out on a date, I would not sign up on a dating app. I would meet someone out in the world. I still know how to do that. Do you know I picked up a 26-year-old girl the other day at the laundromat, took her to a bar.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
I did.
I picked up a girl yesterday.
I did, though. I did. She's my new friend. She's been my friend for like a year now, but I picked her up in a laundromat. It's not that hard. Like we tease that we're still dating. But because she just happened to come in, she happened to come help me with my laundry machine. She was super cute and funny. And we were talking and I was like, hey, we don't need to sit here and watch the laundry machine work. Let's go to the bar. She was like, okay. Oh, yeah. And we've been friends ever since. Look, if you can't, I think it's a great idea to get out if you do have problems and you're worried and scared about talking to women and getting rejected. I would start by just talking to store clerks that you don't want to take home. Like talk to anyone, talk to men, talk to women, just start practicing conversation and practice your jokes on people you don't want to date. Like try to make people laugh. Go out today and try to make somebody laugh. For 1, it'll brighten their day. And for 2, you'll get better at talking to people.
And 3, girls like guys who make them laugh.
They didn't want to hear that. I'm telling you right now, I said in my own experience, and I was just talking about me, because I've dated guys who are short, bald, and fat. Okay. All of those things. No, I've dated guys who are super ripped and handsome, and I've dated guys who are not. And I've dated guys who are skinny, and I've dated guys who are tall. I've dated a lot of guys. And the 2 things that they had in common were they made me laugh and they were confident, period. Now, they took that as me saying, you just have to be confident and funny and you can find true love. I don't know what their situation is, and I don't know how funny they are or capable of being, okay? I have no idea. I'm just saying.
I just want to acknowledge the fact that we have not watched the clip still.
I know. Tim Pool's Yamaka Beanie says it's not about Kurt. It's guys getting ridiculed or accused of harassment because they aren't attractive, etc. And Kurt falls into that category. Well, he doesn't have to fall into that category.
And let's be fair. I mean, if anyone gets criticized for their looks, it's going to be women before men do. Especially online, you're going to be like, men do a lot of criticizing.
Men do a lot of criticizing of women's looks. I mean, Camelot was doing it, telling that story about her being fat. So, okay.
Yeah, so everyone gets criticized for their looks, and it's not a good thing. We probably shouldn't do that. But it's not like men are exclusively getting criticized for their looks. That sounds
all right, let's watch it.
Kind of crazy to me.
We'll just watch it. Let's just do this.
All right, here's my turning point. I'm going to turn on Megan.
I've had to delete Tinder 3 times just to get rid of the matches so I can go back through the algorithm.
Oh no! Why even? But why
Oh wait, pause
keep
real quick.
doing it?
Yeah,
Why
wait,
not just
hold on,
like
sorry.
go to a bookstore?
You didn't tell me it was Camelot 331.
Was there a different one? Was 332?
I don't know. I love Camelot. I would watch him because of his retail
No, he's
store
great. He's great. He's great. We knew each other. And by the way, I don't know. Let me tell you, everyone, so you know who I know on this stream and who I don't. Okay. Because I didn't know a lot of people on the stream. I know Joe. Joe and I have been on streams together. We've talked one-on-one, so I know him well. Obviously, I know Nick. I don't know Rob at Law and Lumber at all. This is the second stream I've been on with him, but the first one was literally for like 2 minutes, and I think we were, passing. Kurt, I have been on a stream with him before, but we have never talked. Like, he and I have never had a one-on-one conversation. I'm not even sure that we had an exchange. He's kind of quiet on streams, and I don't know him at all. I have no knowledge of him whatsoever. I know who he is, and I've been on a stream, but we don't have a relationship at all. Runkle, I have been on with one time, but we've never talked one-on-one. Camelot and I, absolutely, we've talked. I was helping him with his trailer thing. When he got his trailer stolen, I was trying to help him get that back. I helped him with some police stuff. And he's a totally good dude. Like, he was not upset with me for busting on him about his gay Tinder photo. Because it is. It's super gay. It should be on Grindr. He's a good looking dude, but if I'm a girl swiping through of like these days and I see a picture of a guy with no shirt standing in the mirror taking a selfie, I'm not swiping right on that. No, it's just, to me, it's just like, but if that's what you're going for, and I didn't realize that's what he uses it for. He uses it for, it's just a get lucky thing. Okay, fine. Potentially criminal, Sean. I know him. I've been on streams with him. Robert Barnes, obviously, I know him. He's my lawyer, by the way. He's suing the Wauwatosa School Board for me, which we're going to get to in a second. And I don't know Dick at all. So it's hard on these streams when you don't know. Dick
Masterson?
Yeah, I don't know Dick Masterson at all.
Okay.
But he seems like a decent dude too. Just to let you know, before Kurt, lost his mind, everybody was laughing and everybody was having a good time. This was not, nobody was getting upset about anything. Nick falls out of his chair at one point. He was laughing so hard. It was funny. And I don't care that everyone's like, well, they're making fun of you. Well, that's okay. That's okay. They can make fun of me. I'm not so fragile that it hurts me if people laugh at something I said. A lot of my humor is unintentional. You know that.
I do.
I walk into things that I don't even know are funny, and then it ends up being funny, and I enjoy the joke too. It just happens.
All right, let's see your man hatred.
All right. Yeah, I don't hate men at all. I love men.
Hate them.
And wander around and see if you run into.
Wait here.
Oh no! Why even? But why keep doing it? Why not?
And I'm talking
go to a
Camelot.
bookstore and wander around and see if you run into someone hot. Like,
why would he go to a bookstore and try to run into someone hot when he could just go on Tinder and definitely run into someone hot?
Because you're obviously psycho. I mean,
well, can we also talk about like what Nicholas Sparks' book you're living in right now? Like.
Wait a minute. You do know that there are girls outside the door.
I'm still talking to Camelot, by the way. I'm not talking to Kurt. This entire time.
I don't even care what you're saying.
This entire time, he has not said a word. The entire stream. I didn't even know he was there. Like I had not seen him because I'm looking at who's talking, right? Your eyes keep bouncing from whoever's talking. And Kurt had not said anything, so I really didn't even notice he was there. I was not addressing any of this to him. This is not about him at all.
Right? Literally women everywhere. Like they're every other person on the planet. I don't understand why you have to be online.
Sure, but why wouldn't you go to the places where people who are actually looking to date are?
Well, but everyone,
like a bookstore,
all single people are looking to date, and there are
no, Megan. Women do not want to be approached. They don't want to go out. They don't want to do anything.
Okay, Gaffa, you're saying that's not true.
That's obviously not true.
It's obviously not true.
I don't understand how you can have these two thoughts at once. Be like, because I know exactly what these guys think. I promise you. Is they're like, man, if I just had like my own table at the club and I had these VIP bottles and all these girls would like come up and blah, blah, blah. Well, how can that be true if girls are not going out looking for guys? Why do guys buy expensive cars to attract girls? Or because they don't exist? Like, what do you mean? There's obviously girls outside. Some of them are single, and some of them are looking for guys.
Of girls out there that must be looking for guys. Single people are looking for single people. Dork Girl, thanks for the Rumble rant, says, I've been seeing a guy for over 2 years that I met while I was working at an auto parts store, but I didn't start seeing him until after I swiped right on him for shits and grins on Tinder. That's funny.
That is funny.
That's yet another. That's a third person who met someone at an auto parts store.
And yeah, I have friends that use like Tinder and Hinge and Bumble and whatever, but I also have friends that have met people just out and about.
Royal Plague 45 says, Kurt, thanks for the Rumble rant, by the way. Kurt struck several small streamers. He is an asshole. Boo-hoo. He can't get girls. Boo-hoo. Listen, I wish nothing but happiness and health for Kurt. And I don't like thinking that he is so depressed that he's having dark thoughts. That's not good. And he should get help for that. And I'm completely, I'm compassionate to it. I understand some people are struggling. In fact, I got an email that about broke my heart after this from a person who detailed all the things he has tried to find a woman. And what he believes is holding him back is that he's 5'5" and bald.
Oh my God.
But he's super successful, has, a business. I mean, he's literally done everything, like matchmakers.
Okay, you need to ask this person what kind of women they're looking for.
I will.
Because that is the main question.
Yeah. Steve Gosney is in the chat. Welcome, Steve. He says, I actually agree with the men on the panel, and Megan was adorably naive, but she was holding her own in a group of men, and this was a freaking birthday party for Nick. That's the other thing, you guys, that you have to understand about me. If I feel attacked, and the chat was attacking big time, I fight. I can't help myself. And I was 5 drinks in, five, maybe 6 drinks in. When it started turning nasty, here's something you got to know about me. These are the ABCs of me, baby. I don't back down. I don't have it in me. I don't. It's just not there. I don't have a back down switch. I have a bitch switch. I think I have told you about this. I have a bitch switch. That's the switch I have. That's what comes out. That's just what happens. I even have t-shirts that say so. You can buy them in the merch store. The link is in the description. Caution, bitch switch. Flip it and find out. That's me. That's just who I am. And no, I did not even go after Kurt, though. I never did. The chat is what pissed me off the most. And let me tell you something, chat. Let me just tell you something about me. If you want me to do something, tell me to do the opposite. Because the second you say you need to get off the stream, I'm like, oh, well, I'm sitting in till the very end. I'll be here till Nick kicks me out then, because the chat doesn't want me here. So guess what? I'm fucking staying. Or if the chat tells me to stop talking, my response is, oh, no, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
So fuck off, chat. Like I guess I have a little the oppositional defiance disorder that Nick has too, because I just can't. So and if I'm several drinks in, it's going to be worse. So again, we all were drinking. Can we all just get past the fact that we were all a little off? I mean, come on. And by the way, no, Divinity, I'm ENTJ. By the way, at the end, and if you watch the entire clip, Divinity did not put it in here. I kind of wish you had, Divinity, because at the end of the 45 minutes that this took to get through, I said, I apologize if you guys, that your experiences don't match up with what I remember. And you're making valid points. I gave that to them. They were making some valid points, although Gadfly is now saying it's bullshit. So
this is some I hate this term because it's used so often, but this is really some doesn't touch grass kind of shit.
Wait, I missed that. That what?
This is some doesn't touch grass kind of shit. This is what people who never go outside. always online.
Oh, doesn't touch grass. I thought you said doesn't touch her ass.
Oh no. Well, that obviously doesn't get to do that either, but doesn't touch grass. But I'm like, Kim wants different thing. He's using the app as a hookup app, which is mainly what it's used for. That's fine. But there's plenty of profiles online also, to their point, on Tinder where it's like, that say like, I'm not here for a casual hookup. I'm actually looking for a relationship. And I know people that have met on online dating as well, but both things can be true. And it's certainly not true that you can't approach a woman anywhere. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I think so too. Steve, thank you for making this point. Steve Gosney says, we married people need to offer our opinions because we have found something that we want to share, and being single can be a challenge. We need to help our brothers and sisters the best we can. And thank you, Steve, because here's the other thing I don't understand. At one point, Law and Lumber says, if you are married, you need to exit this conversation immediately because you have nothing to offer. And I think that is exactly the wrong tack. How can I have nothing to offer? I won the game that you're all losing. I won the game. Like, I'm a winner. I won it. 22 years now, I've won it. A lot of people say they want what I have. So if you want what I have, maybe, just maybe, it would be beneficial to hear how I did it. And it doesn't, and yeah, you're like, well, it's a different time now. Are people that much different, Gadfly, from 20 years ago?
Well, I was 7, so I can't tell you for sure.
Okay, 15 years ago. Isn't that? I mean, are people so much different?
I don't think it's that different. I think that like online dating is more popular for sure. It's like a more thing that like people do all the time. But I don't know. I feel like most people just meet people somewhere, usually through a mutual friend. Actually, because it's the easiest way to like be around someone a consistent number of times and start talking to them and start liking them,
Nightbringer Tenchi, thanks for the super chat, says, odd, fine. If you want to live in your Hallmark movie, then don't look into the rabbit hole of how how do you say that word? Hypergamy and hookup culture ruin dating for men. Look, didn't it ruin dating for everyone? Are you telling me that women are happy with this dating situation? For one, I have never said the dating situation was good. It isn't good, which is the point I was making. I was saying what is happening now and how you guys are going about this is really shitty for everyone, isn't it? It's all bad.
Hookup culture is bad, but it's mainly bad for people that don't want to participate in hookup culture. And there are men and women who both don't want to do that. So you can just find each other.
Yeah, I mean,
you shouldn't be trying to date someone who's online looking for hookups only. That doesn't make any sense because that's not what they're looking for.
I don't understand this question, Sir Don't Trip. Were you the same as 20 years before that? Yeah, I'm saying generally, yes. I think people have been the same for centuries. People are social, and we're animals. Biologically, we are the same as humans 1,000 years ago. Okay, people attract one another through things that you don't even know about. Pheromones, body language. These are unconscious things that people. Because we are mammals and we have animal qualities that we pretend like we don't have, but we do. Some people, did you know that some people smell repulsive to you, but you don't? It's not like a smell through your nose. It hits your brain though, the pheromones, and it repulses you immediately. Or other people smell attractive to you and you don't even know that's why you're attracted to them. You can't deny these things. These things are undeniable. Tarkina, thanks for the super chat, says, I agree, Megan. I met my husband online playing EverQuest. That was what I enjoyed doing. I think it's terrible to meet someone via hookup or in a bar and then be shocked that they're not faithful and only want to party. I think meeting people online when you're engaged in an activity that you both love is the same thing as meeting someone at a bookstore. It's like, it's no different.
It definitely is.
I was specifically talking about the dating apps, where it's just this hookup culture thing that I don't think people are going to find long-term love there. Now, maybe some of them do.
Sometimes you can, but it's designed for hookup culture. So if you're saying, oh, I'm having such a hard time finding anyone who's not just trying to hook up with the hottest person they can find on the app. Well, of course, because that's what everyone else is trying to do.
Ellie Fan says, Megan, love you, but you probably shouldn't have said anything. I know you meant well, but it was not good. Rob's wife left him. Camelot's wife left him. See where I'm going with that? No, if they didn't want me to say anything, they shouldn't have Nick shouldn't have invited me on his stream. See, this is the other thing I don't understand with everyone. Like, you should just shut up. I'm on I'm on a stream with a panel. Like, we are supposed to be making conversation. And by the way, you're welcome, because the entire internet's on fire. I did that. Woohoo! Yay me! Like, like you're all talking about it and gave you something to talk about over the weekend and like flip out about. So I think I did what I was supposed to do. But don't tell people on a stream to stop, not to talk. It's dumb. That's what we're there to do. And Nick did not have a problem with any of it. He was having a great time. And, look, if you guys have a question for me, if you want to criticize me, and I say that there's a lot of that, there's some of it in the chat, that's fine. I will read it and I will answer your questions, but you have to send a super chat for me to do that. So we have a $5 minimum on criticism. All right. That's how that goes. All right, let's continue on with this.
Used to do this thing. We would go out to like bars and clubs and things, and we would, holy shit, meet people. Like, we would actually talk to people.
Sure, maybe in a bar or a club, but
I would borrow my dad's horse, and we would
I
go
met
out.
guys on the subway.
Did you guys do the Charleston
On the subway?
By the way, I didn't even hear some of these jokes like that. I just, for the first time, heard Joe say, "I borrowed my dad's horse," and I never heard that, because it's hard to pay attention to all these things at the same time. And plus, I was drinking. So some of these things these guys are saying are absolutely hilarious. I loved every bit of it. I did. I thought it was funny.
Guys on the subway.
I met guys on the L.
Every woman on the L is hoping some guy will come over to pick them up. That's what they're really hoping.
Megan, I was when I was single. When I was single, I was open to guys picking me up wherever.
This is so silly. And I feel I'm really like trying to be like super, super nice and charitable to everybody. But I just can't believe that anyone actually thinks that when women are outside, that they're just like
not approachable at all.
They're like trying their best to never see a man in the sunlight or something. They just want to go home to their Tinder profile so they can find the guy with the ripped abs or whatever. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
Pixie, people keep saying this. Read the room. Do you not see what's happening here? Everyone is laughing. I am reading the room. They're enjoying themselves. They're telling jokes.
Who's upset about this?
They're telling jokes. The only person who's upset is Kurt. And I had no way of knowing that. I had no way of knowing what his internal dialogue was, his internal screaming that was going on at this moment. I was reading the room. The room was enjoying it and laughing and like dunking on me. And I'm perfectly fine with that. It's ridiculous to say things like read the room. I did read the room. It was fine.
I love you very, very much. I really do. I love what you're saying. The difference in perspective is insane.
What, from 20 years ago?
Oh, literally
from women.
Yes.
You're protected as a woman. Yes. Jeez.
That's so cute and wonderful. For a guy who is on the L, like, you are taking L's left and right if you're approaching women.
Years.
Well,
until YouTube took off, and then I kind of retired.
You don't think I've ever gone? You don't think I go up to women? You don't think I say I'd like to meet you? You don't think they say that? How? Oh, you're so cute. I have a boyfriend.
This is the first time that he pops in to say anything.
All right.
You don't think I'm tired of hearing that shit? You don't think I'm tired of being absolutely demoralized and having every piece of my energy destroyed constantly by being rejected over and over and over and over and over again, to the point where I can't take it anymore, and I'm fucking depressed and borderline suicidal sometimes because of it. And you want to tell me what it's like to date out there? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Kurt, it's not personal.
And you gotta wipe that smarmy ass look off your face, like that fake faux compassion bullshit you got going on.
Oh shit!
Jesus.
Well,
fuck you.
Come on. Like, if my wife left me.
Okay.
Well, sounds like someone who can't take rejection well and is being a fucking incel loser. So there you go.
Oh yeah.
Go fuck yourself, nerd.
Look.
Sorry, you're suicidal. You shouldn't be. Go watch some videos to get your morale up more.
Yeah, I can't give Kurt any advice because apparently I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to have any opinion. I'm not allowed to have any.
A loser and a weirdo, and then girls might like you more. There you go.
Tarkina, my 22-year-old son is facing today's horrible dating scene. He feels so much pressure to be a certain way or act a way. I feel awful for him, and I wish I could help him. He's 6'6" and so sweet.
Yeah,
Tarkina,
I got a solution. Stop showing him fucking dumb videos on the internet and tell him to stop watching them.
What dumb videos?
Stop watching videos where people are like saying like, oh, well, guys, or okay, I know the videos you can watch, right? You can watch the interviews with like these millennial girls who obviously all come from like rich families or whatever, and their standards for a guy is someone who makes like 300 to 500K a year.
Oh, that's so
like
ridiculous.
6'3", and like you can watch those videos, and that like breeds people's hatred towards like modern dating. But if you actually go talk to anyone who's a normal person that lives in your town around you, or is even on Tinder around you, there's a lot of them that are normal and are not looking for like these crazy high standards. And also, neither should you be.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have the standard of like, well, I just want a girl that will like act like a porn star when I want her to, but also not talk to any of my friends when I don't want her to. Like, because I hear that shit too. So there's craziness on both sides.
Yeah, it's true. There's bad. I think men and women have a really hard time talking to one another, and that's really sad. Really sad. So John B 80s Music sent a tip on locals that said, how did you meet Girlfly? So there I was on top of this magnificent cow pie.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
John, he also sent another one that said, I won the game, you're all losing, losers. That would have been a great bomb to drop in chat. Nick might have died laughing. Look, I don't mean that in a bad way, and I don't mean it. I just mean don't tell. I understand. I was not trying to give these people advice. Not at all. I was not trying to give men advice who are in the dating scene. I'm not trying to give them advice. I was just asking questions, like literally just asking questions like, why? Why would you keep doing this thing that like you're banging your head against this wall and it doesn't work? And I just don't understand it. So they explained it to me, and I guess I kind of understand where they're coming from better. Nick was, you guys, if you're like, how does Nick speak to it? Well, Nick was so drunk, he doesn't even remember half of this. He had to go back and I don't even know if he watched it again. I don't know. But he was so drunk, he didn't even remember half of it. So he was drunk before. And that's the other thing. I was on Joe's show before this. We were drinking on that show from 10 o'clock at night. This one didn't start till midnight. I was already had several drinks in me. Nick was obviously, it was his birthday, obviously already drinking. Everybody was drunk, like everyone. So, you know, like maybe we could just give each other a break, you know? I mean, dumb. Eric says, thank you for your nice message in Believe Evidence. I'm going to start reading it tonight. Oh, I'm glad that you got the signed copy. That's awesome. And I have more books on the way, so I will be able to raffle off more signed copies when they get here, but they're not getting here till January 3rd. Freedom's Lunch sent $5, says, you're wrong. Kurt is way wronger. You're wrong is just overreacting. And Gadfly's not helping you. He sucks. You're great, though. Do you do you. I don't think he sucks. And I don't think...
I don't suck. And
I'm the one that overreacted?
I don't think... Yeah, I don't think it's, dare I say, the word weaponizing. I don't think it's cool for someone to weaponize their depression and suicidal thoughts to make someone else feel bad for having a different opinion. I think that's a really stupid thing to do.
The second you bring that up, like the argument is over, right? The discussion is over. No one
right, because you made it awkward, and you know.
Yeah, no one can then say anything because then it's like, oh, and you know, all weekend, by the way, you guys, I'm getting messages like, "Is Kurt okay? Did anyone check on Kurt?" Like, how do you think that makes me feel?
Right, and then it starts blaming you for his like. If he goes in a depression tailspin from that point, they're gonna be like, well, the starting point was whenever Megan said all this stuff about guys should just try harder and go to a bookstore. It's like, dude, this is what annoys me about internet stuff, because no one talks like this in like the real world. This is very like internet behavior and like conversations where they're like, oh, it's impossible to find a woman. I don't know what anyone's talking about.
I do wonder, like, have you not been outside? I mean, my husband and I had this conversation because I told him about all this. I didn't show him the video because I knew it would probably make him angry. So I didn't want to make him angry. So I just told him about it.
I'm sure it would. It makes me angry.
I know. Oh, I don't have any desire to make Mr. Fox upset with anyone. Like it's just not my goal in life. But I told him what it was. We had a discussion about it, and he was like, "That doesn't make any sense. Like if we were not together right now, I could have a date every weekend. Like women are always coming on to him in real life. He travels for work. He's in the airport. Every time he's in the airport, some bitch is coming up to him asking him, for his number or whatever, or trying to chat him up. Some bitch
Where's
somewhere.
the Starbucks? I'm so lost.
Every single time. I mean, whenever he grows his beard, he grows a beard in the winter and he looks so hot with a beard. Oh my God, stop it. I can't take it. Every single time the women go absolutely berserk on him. Like they just do. And look, and I was trying to tell these people in the stream, he's not over 6 feet tall. He's shorter than average for an average, or I don't know what the average is. What is it? Maybe he's average tall, 5'9".
I think the average height is actually like 5'7" or something.
Oh, all right. So I guess he's taller than average, but it
might be taller than that. I don't know.
I mean, he's not. He's. I mean, obviously, I think my husband is super attractive, and he is, no doubt. But he's also like pushing 50, and he still gets girls all over. Girls who are 20 years younger than him, hitting on him. I go out. I have men approaching me. I don't think it would be hard to get a date right now. Now, I understand that some of this is. It must be more, it is more difficult. I can't understand what it's like and this is going to sound so ridiculous. I can't even say it. I can't say it.
Say it.
Say
it all. Come to the dark side.
I'm going to be dragged for saying this, but it's the truth. I have always had pretty privilege. I understand that I don't have a problem with guys noticing me, and I've never had that problem. I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, it's a real thing for sure.
At the same time, I have also seen couples who are, I would say, at the same level of attractiveness, which is not very, like 5s or 6s
100%.
together, who find love. Like, so what is the problem? Like are you going for women who are, and I think what the problem is they're saying is that these women who are like a 4 or 5, well, maybe 5, 6. I don't think Camelot would go for a 4, but these 5, 6 women, a person like Camelot would still hit it and quit it. And that keeps them off the market for the 5, 6 guys because they think they can actually land a Camelot. I get that. Like and if I could speak to all the women out there who are doing this, if you are out there just like having these one night stands with hotter guys who are out of your league, really, you're never going to land one forever. You should know that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If somebody wants to just be hooking up with people right now, then I think that's fine. But I don't believe, I wouldn't do that because it's just not like what I like, but I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you need to go settle down with somebody. If they don't want to, then they don't want to. But I don't think that the solution should be that you try to find girls who are doing that and you want to change them. You should go find someone who wants to settle down with somebody, who's not part of the hookup culture, who's not trying to do things like that, because that's you also.
Right. Spark says, Megan, you did nothing wrong. Kurt has been hurt. How would you know that? He was loaded, and I suspect too, in my opinion. Yeah, he also, we were all drinking, so that's an excuse for everybody. However, I will say this. I haven't heard from Kurt, and I don't know Kurt, so I'm not expecting to hear from Kurt. But I do think that he's the one who overreacted in this situation.
100%.
I was not trying to hurt him. And I even said afterwards, I'm sorry, it was not this is not personal. I was not talking to him. I was goofing around with the other guys who were seeming to enjoy this experience, this conversation.
And I'll tell you one thing. I believe most girls that would watch this conversation, if they saw you saying why don't you just go try to meet someone, and then someone says, do you know how many times I've been rejected? Wipe that smarmy look off your face. They probably side with you.
Freedom's Lunch says you overreacted before Kurt spoke. You came across shrill, judgmental. Kurt did far more than overreact. He's far more the issue. He was vicious. But what was I overreacting to before he spoke?
What is it? What is this, dude? This is so crazy to me.
I don't really understand and look, let's just address this. People always say this about me, that I come across as judgmental. And they say that I'm smug like Kurt did. He said I should wipe that whatever condescending or whatever he said, smirk off my face, which literally is not fake compassion, I think he said.
Yeah, I think that's what angered me the most. Was whatever that comment was.
People misunderstand me a lot. Let's just get this out of the way, because this is something I've been dealing with since I was a little kid. I have ADHD, and if you've ever known anyone with ADHD, they can often either annoy the shit out of you or you love them dearly. And those are the only two options when it comes to me. You either love me and cannot get enough of me, or you hate me and you want to kill me. And that's okay. Like, I get it. The people who hate me and want to kill me, just leave. You don't have to be here. You don't have to watch me. I get it. I've been dealing with this since I was 9 years old, when the kids in my class figured out there was something wrong with me, and I didn't have a friend for 5-6 years, and I was the target of all their bullshit. Okay, that has happened to me since I was a little kid, because people do not understand why ADHD kids are the way they are. And back then we didn't even know what the hell it was. Right. And now I'm watching my kids go through the same thing, because I have 2 who are just like me. And it's extremely hurtful to watch it. Now, I have built up a thick skin over all these years, not caring what strangers think about me. But I will say, and I probably shouldn't even admit it, because it just gives them more information on how to hurt me. But I will say that the thing that hurts me the most is having my motivations, like you don't give me the benefit of the doubt at all. You ascribe the absolute worst motivations to me. And I never have bad intentions to hurt anyone. I never have that intention. Now, do things come flying out of my mouth that hurt people's feelings? Ever since I was little. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Ever since I was little. Cannot stop it. And I don't even mean it that way. I'll never forget. We were in the mall one time with my mom and my best friend. And I was like 11 years old. And we were both 11, and we were walking around, and I was always really petite, like very, very small. I was the smallest one in my class, super skinny, very short. And I didn't grow until I was like 15, 16 years old. And I had very tiny, narrow feet. And finding shoes for me was an absolute nightmare. We had to go to like a special store that had, orthopedic shoes. It was really frustrating and annoying. And my best friend had size 9 adult feet. Size 9. And she said that, and I didn't know and I was so surprised. I went, what? You're a size 9? Like, I wasn't shocked in a bad way. I was just like, wow. I'm thinking to myself, that must be easy to find shoes. It must be a lot easier for her. And apparently it just embarrassed her. And my mother took me aside afterwards and was like, you probably shouldn't have said that. That's the kind of shit that kids with ADHD do, and don't even realize that they've hurt someone, right?
For sure. I
never
did very similar things when I was younger too.
Did you?
So I get what you mean.
Yeah, and so that's the thing that always hurts me the most, is that I will say things that will hurt people, but I have no idea. I have no idea that it even happened until someone blows up and goes full Jack Murphy with a fuck you. Like, oh, okay, wait, maybe we could have started with, that hurt me for this reason. Let me try to explain it. Now, the guys on the panel who did do that were Law and Lumber, Runkle. Like, they all gave very good explanations for why they felt what I was saying was wrong. And, they know how they're civil people. Now, it's funny to me that Kurt's name is Uncivil Law. I think he's kind of lived up to that. Hey, Law Nerd, by the way, Law Nerd, I really appreciate that. He says, I didn't clip anything of the Meghan Kurt drama. Kurt's response, trying not to fan the flames. unless there are hard facts to share. Yeah, I agree. Like, come on. The only reason why I'm going over this now is because I've heard way too much stuff out there and seen way too much of everybody talking about this and getting my motivations and what I was saying completely wrong. And I was going to let it go. And it was just too much. On one, I'm going to be on with Andrew of Legal Mindset tomorrow night at 6. We're just going to have a general conversation about dating and stuff. He wanted to talk about it because he had done a video about this and about me. And he mentioned in his chat that I had shamed Kurt. And I'm like,
How?
When the fuck did I shame this guy? I did not shame him. If something I said made him feel shame, it certainly wasn't directed at him. It was not directed at him. So I don't know. Like, I don't know how that translates to me shaming him. I just don't get it.
I was going around riding on the local subway, asking women out. I would get pepper sprayed more often than I'd get dates. Like, I mean, I'm
literally pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
No, she said online's not real. No one meets online and dates online and gets married.
No, I didn't. I didn't say no one meets online and no one dates online. I said online. I said social media is not real, and I stand by that.
Yeah, it's not. 100% not.
It's not real.
Megan, don't you think it's safer though?
I've never.
Oh, they do. So it is real.
Online. This is what I'm trying to say. Reality
confidence is way more important. If you went up to her confidently, you would have had a much better shot.
No, Joe.
Chick's
Not.
over.
Nick tells this stupid story, and I'm going to tell him it's a stupid story about trying to ask out a girl using his now wife, who was not his wife at the time, to hand her a flower and tell her that her friend liked him in college.
That is so cringe.
It's
lame.
so 4th grade. You cannot get a girl to go out with you like that. If you are trying to get a girl to go out with you by using another attractive girl to like break
That
the
is
ice.
the lamest shit I've ever heard.
It's the lamest shit I've ever heard. Like, that's bad game. That's no. That's sorry. But Nick kept going back to this, and I think it was because he was wasted. He thought he was making a point here, but it was just.
But is that his example of approaching someone with confidence?
Yes. Yes. It's like,
So
that
no,
wasn't
you need to
confident.
approach someone with confidence. You need to go up to them and say
Yourself.
hi.
Yeah. No.
No, I kind of agree with Joe. I kind of agree.
No.
Here's
the thing.
It's not
Anyone who's married, or in a long-term relationship, exit the conversation because you're not a part of the dating scene right now.
Okay, I agree with that. Like, I have no clue what is out there in the dating situation.
Then shut up.
But human beings.
I'm trying to tell you.
Kurt,
that
I'm not
You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up.
When these two
I'm talking
attractive
about social people. But can I just say, this is not the way it should be. The way it should be is the way that it was, and perhaps the internet was a mistake. I'm not giving any advice. I'm saying the way it's better.
And yet, everyone is stop giving advice to these men. Stop giving advice.
You want to hear my mean joke?
Yes.
Technically, they're not really part of the dating scene either.
Oh, Barnes's 2 cents was basically agreeing with me, by the way. You said you wanted to hear Barnes's 2 cents. Barnes said, yeah, you should meet people in person. Like, you know why? Because he's an alpha and he probably can go out and meet anybody he wants and get a date. Because
But see, it's not even really about like being an alpha or whatever. It's just about being a normal person.
Just
Like,
being about being a normal person,
not
but
like-
but Barnes is you can tell he's a confident guy. It doesn't matter if he's 20 pounds heavier or 20 pounds lighter. Like, he's a guy who's going to go, start a conversation with somebody and get a date. Like, period.
For sure.
Period.
Is to just go out in your community and meet people. Now, if that doesn't work,
This is me just saying, maybe it's better. Like, not you should go do this, but perhaps think about trying.
Now, because 2022 is whatever fucked up reality this is, and women act in terribly fucked up ways. And by the way, I literally wrote the book on it, so I know how they behave. I report on family court, so you think I don't know? I do know how women are. I get it.
And then I'm getting a bunch of shit for people saying, oh, you're grifting in the middle of Kurt's pain. No,
Oh my God.
And why do you have your book right next to you? Because this is my desk and I literally have it.
It's always
on my
there.
It's always here. And they were trying to say that I don't know what women are like. But I really did write the book on these treacherous, horrible, heinous women and the things they did. So I'm defending the fact that you can't say to me, I don't know what women are like. You can't say that. And by the way, you can buy my book on Amazon.com. It's called Believe Evidence, The Death of Due Process from Salome to #MeToo. And it is available. And, look, I'm not grifting on his pain. Don't be ridiculous. I'm in a conversation with what I thought were adults. I thought I was having a conversation with adults.
What girl would want, or woman, I guess, what woman would want these kinds of guys that are saying shit like this? I don't get it.
No one.
This is so
no woman wants
cringy,
this.
Terrible.
It's
this is like women are the problem. It's a problem because they don't like me, and that makes them terrible whores somehow.
There are women who are a problem.
There's people that are a problem.
There are people that are a problem.
Like with anything, you don't lump everyone into one group.
Yeah, and I think if you've gotten to the point where you are so enraged that you take out your anger on some woman who never rejected you.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You are at a point where you need to seriously seek therapy and get help for what's going on inside. Because it's not okay. No woman after watching that is going to be like, oh, you know what? I want to spend time with that guy. Like that guy. Yeah.
To quote the late, great Jordan Peterson.
He died?
He died on Twitter. That's all.
Oh, okay.
If all the women are rejecting you, the problem is you.
Yeah.
And that's right.
And nobody wanted to say that to him, of course, because he brought up the S word. And so no one can say anything after that point.
That's what I'm saying. Weaponizing his depression and suicidal thoughts to say, like, I'm getting the final word. Well, you can't always do that. You should seek therapy for all of that. You should try to resolve those issues, probably before you start looking for somebody, to be honest. But you should do that, and I hope that you do. But that doesn't mean that anyone who has a comment or opinion about the current dating scene is wrong, or that they're talking specifically to you and saying that you're wrong. But if every woman is rejecting you, then it is your fault. Sorry to say.
Yeah. Well, somewhere. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Is there an exception?
No, there's not.
There must be an exception. Spark says, Megan, Nick would be so proud of you with your book. I love it. I'm sure he would. Yes. Grift when you can. Although at the time, that wasn't my intention. I was just literally pointing it out. Like, you can't say I don't know how bad some women are, because I do. I do know. I've spent years researching it, and I do know. I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, here's why I can't give any leeway to, like, maybe there's a middle ground. Maybe it is the women's fault. Because then that would mean the solution is that these women have to stop liking who they like, and they have to just be forced into a relationship with someone that they don't. And that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. But I will say that the hookup culture is really, really bad for women and men. And the problem is that men, here's what happened. Men wanted women to behave like them. They wanted to have one night stands. Well, now they have it. Mm-hmm. And I said back then when this was all happening, I wrote a column about it. I got to dig it up somewhere. I said back then, this is going to backfire. You aren't going to like it. You're not going to like the result. And here we are. We are now at a place where a lot of women have decided they would rather just hook up. And they can hook up with higher value men. They can hook up with higher sexual value men. A less attractive woman can still get an 8 or a 9, maybe even a 10 to sleep with her. Because, what do they care?
Because men are like that. And that's just the way it is.
Men are like
yeah,
that.
For sure.
Yep. Men are like that.
But it still doesn't mean but again, if you don't want a woman because they're part of hookup culture, you got to date outside of the hookup culture, which is basically what you were saying.
That's
and they're
all
saying
I'm
like,
saying.
no, I'm trying to find the non-hookup culture on Tinder. Well, that's way harder.
They're also
trying to find them in real life.
They're also saying this. They're also saying it's easier for us to experience rejection on a dating app because we don't have to do it face to face. it's easier for us to just be rejected by a swipe than it is to whatever mean thing someone might say to me in person. And some of these guys had very bad stories about what women have said to them to reject them, which I think is disgusting. And women out there, when a man is brave enough to walk up to you and take a chance on and say, will you go out with me? If you are not gracious and kind, then you're an asshole. You're the asshole. You should be gracious and kind. You do not need to swear at anyone. You do not need to insult him. You do not need to do any of that.
Absolutely.
You can say, I'm not interested. Thank you very much. But no, I don't want to go out with you. You can say that.
I mean, even the guy's example of someone saying like, oh no, I have a boyfriend, even if she's lying, that's a totally fine rejection.
Yeah, I don't understand why they get so angry about that. Like, if it's possible that she does have a boyfriend. Okay.
It is possible.
There's no way to know if she has a boyfriend or not because she's not wearing a ring if you have a boyfriend. So if someone says I have a boyfriend, you should just believe them. But that's not a rude way to turn someone down. But women, if there are and they gave examples of women like putting their rejections up on Instagram and stuff. You are a worthless piece of trash if you were doing that. Do you hear me, ladies? You are a worthless piece of trash. Let me just be very, very clear about that. If you have ever shamed a man for asking you out, you are a worthless piece of trash. I just want to make sure that we're clear.
I agree. I completely agree.
That's not okay. And we all need to get back to the golden rule, which is you must treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
And I will not give women a pass if they are behaving in those awful ways. That should not be happening. Not be happening. And ladies, if you want to be happy someday, karma's a real thing. That shit's going to come back to bite you. Okay. So if you're out there doing that to men and humiliating them for no reason at all, you're going to feel it at one point. It's coming back to you. So watch out. So don't do that. That's bad. Okay. Have I said that enough?
Yes. I think we all understand. I mean, there's a truth.
Wrong way. What am I doing? There we go.
There's a truth. There's obviously a truth portion where, like, if you're at a bar, the most attractive guy and the most attractive girl in the bar, they both have all of the options.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true. But what are you going to, like, sit around and be mad about that for the rest of your life? That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I really don't understand this thought process. And every time I've seen anyone who is, like, angry at women for, like, not liking them or whatever, their standards and, like, the people that they're trying to go for are always, like, for lack of a better term, they're like the thought girls. And it's like, well, yeah, because they're not really looking for you.
Yeah, please avoid the ones who stuff their faces with silicone and stuff because they're not serious. Divinity said, I have to stop the show to acknowledge Divinity because Divinity said that Megan has good hair. Thank you. Because you know that always on the stream, we will always pause to talk about my hair, even despite the fact that my father says I shouldn't do that. By the way, if you guys are looking for more dad content, I did just record a new conversation with him, and I will be editing that down for you guys soon. Because my dad is hilarious. Gina, thank you. Says Megan also has a good heart. That's the thing. That's what hurts me the most is when people think that I am doing anything to harm or hurt anyone who's not my enemy. Now, believe me, I'm the biggest bitch on earth when it comes to my enemies. I will hurt them all day long. I'll beat them senseless into the ground with my lawsuits and whatever else, my words.
Destroy them.
But when it comes to people who I view as my friends, and I viewed every single person on that panel, including Kurt, as a friend, because he's a friend of Nick's, okay? And any friend of Nick's is a friend of mine. When people think that I'm going out of my way to hurt someone, that upsets me because I've literally never done that. I've not done that to anyone that I'm not in a battle with, that I'm not fucking with in some school board somewhere. I've never done that. So
yeah,
whatever. I mean,
look,
we don't need to watch the rest of this. It was pretty much.
No, I want to watch it. I want to see it.
Oh, you do?
I want to see it all.
All right. Okay. I'm saying perhaps the internet and all this social dating shit
was a mistake. I'm just
Nothing I
telling
try
you.
works.
Listen.
Yeah, please tell me more what it's like to be a guy trying to date women. Let me tell you what it's like to be a guy on
Now,
Tinder.
did
Let me
I
tell
do
you-
that? Did I ever say at any point what it's like to be a guy trying to date women? In this entire discussion, and if you go watch the 45-minute thing, I say repeatedly, when I was dating as a woman, here's what I looked for. Here's what we did. I never said, I know exactly what it's like to be a guy dating today. I never said that, Kurt. And yet it continues. LJ, Megan has good teeth. Thank you. These comments, you can just keep them coming in. And if you want to pay me to say it, even better.
This is such, and I know, a little peek behind the curtain. Before the stream, I said this word, and you were like, "Oh no!" But this is super. This is super incel behavior. This is like peak incel tier behavior from somebody.
Oh no!
This is. It's like, and it is. And I'm not the biggest like
exiting the stream.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest like internet liberal loser guy or whatever. But it's kind of misogynistic. Where you're getting at? It's kind of like hatred towards women over like an actual point that you're making, and I don't really like it, and I think it's kind of lame. So yeah, I'm saying pretty incel behavior from where I'm sitting.
It's not good. Valhalla. Megan's got a good rack. That's funny. And also true. Also true. All right, let's see. I got to get over to Rumble because I missed a bunch of Rumble rants, but now I have the plugin, so I will never miss one again. I can just go back over and get it. I'm so excited. Whoever made that plugin, and I think you might be in the chat, you're a genius. I love you. The Most Banned Queen sent a Rumble rant that said, one thing to keep in mind about Nick's audience and guest, they tend to be bitter when it comes to women. They have a love-hate relationship when it comes to the opposite sex. Yeah, I've noticed. Royal Plague 45, thanks for the Rumble rant, says you should watch the Betamax dating video he struck several creators over. Very funny. It might have been Divinity. He should buy a dog and face the facts. Ask Andrew about how bad girls are now. I definitely think that he should buy a dog if he doesn't have one, because dogs do give unconditional love. Or a cat, if you're a cat person, like Gadfly. Cats, though, don't give unconditional love. They're very conditional, if you ask me.
My cats do, but not to you.
Not to me. Not to me. But I do think that buying a pet is actually not a bad idea for someone who's in a state like this, because they kind of remind you that there is love, and maybe love comes in different forms than what you're expecting. Like, my dog always cheers me up, man. In fact, I made this video on locals just for my local subscribers where I was kind of in a funk over this over the weekend because I was just feeling bad to be misunderstood. And I was just telling them about it on my cleaning stream. We do a crisis cleaning. I did a crisis cleaning stream just for my locals subscribers where I show them tips on how to get your house like looking really great in 1 hour. And we did it together, and it was a lot of fun. And during break time, we talked about this. And yeah, I just feel like in the middle of it, as I'm like super down and I'm like sighing, my dog comes over and like literally pushes through my arm to give me love and attention. Like he knows like when I feel down, like he's right there to like come over and make me feel better again and make me feel happy. And that animals are wonderful. So that's a really good point. I liked that one. Also, the Most Banned Queen said, by the time I was 35, I kind of had to accept the fact that marriage wasn't happening for me. At 40 to 41, for the first time in 10 plus years, I finally had a guy shoot his shot with me, but wrong person, wrong time. Oh, I'm sorry. And like, I feel this is the thing. I do not have fake compassion for this. I feel hurt by this. I feel like I hate the fact that you all are hurting like this. I hate it so much. And as a mother, all I can see is that my children are going to be suffering in this too. And so here I'm just trying to say, we got to change this. We got to make this different. We have to make this better for upcoming generations, because this is bad that you guys are all suffering. And I don't want to see you suffering. It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is that there's solutions that even if they have even if a lot of it is good, it's still kind of bad at the same time. Like all the red pill stuff. I think that a lot of it is good. That's like saying oh, you need to get your confidence up. Make sure that your approach to women is good. Make sure you're having fun conversations with them. Make sure you're keeping your hygiene up. Go to the gym or whatever if that's what you're into. You know, I think that all that's positive. But then when it's like, so you can have sex with the hottest girl in the room, I'm like, wait, okay, hold on.
wait, yeah,
Well, that's not
wait.
really. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good approach to like be able just to be comfortable with talking to women. But also, any of those guys will tell you that a lot of the time it is kind of a numbers game. You will get rejected
That's
a lot.
exactly what Mr. Fox said. Mr. Fox said it's math. Increase your numbers, you will win eventually. Shizzy Wiznut has a good point here. Says not always good. If someone had a hard time caring for themselves, it can cause stress to an animal that requires care. That is true. If you're in a very dark place and you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of an animal either. But if you can, I think it's good for you.
Yeah, make sure you can take care of the animal, obviously.
Please make sure you're in that kind of place. Yes. John Yarber sent a super chat. Says Royal Plague again. Watch Fresh and Fit today. Women are crazy. What's Fresh and Fit? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, see, this is another example of something I would say is the worst.
What is it?
Fresh and Fit is a podcast. There's a couple guys. One of them is much smarter than the other one. But essentially, they have the example of the women's side, or what I call the women incels, even though they're not celibate. But it's just like, it is the worst, like Miami type, like girls that are only looking for like quick hookups for like from rich dudes and successful guys and hot guys. And like, if that's the only kind of women you're exposed to all the time online, then you're going to start like breeding a hatred. And I don't think it's good for you.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely an issue going on with the type of women that perhaps these men are trying to get the attention of. I
think that is mainly the issue.
Maybe I'm wrong about that. I could be wrong. And that's the other thing. You guys have this opinion. Some of you have an opinion of me that I feel like I'm never wrong. I literally said I was wrong like 8 times during this stream. Like, oh, okay, I guess I could be wrong about that. Like, I'm willing to admit that I could be wrong, but I'm also, I think, allowed to be in this conversation, especially because I've got kids who are about to go through it. And all parents, all people should be concerned about what this dating culture is doing to people, because it's clearly making them unhinged. Example.
It's like someone like me to be on Tinder. And how hard it is for me to find a match. If you look at like OkCupid has done.
Oh, by the way, I froze right there, and the freeze face is hilarious. I look ridiculous.
Done some statistics on that. The acceptance rates for guys are horrific. And I don't know what it says about how pathetic I am or otherwise, but I'll tell you anyway. I've actually hired professionals to run my online dating for me, and they can't even get dating
But
for
it's
me.
the online dating is the problem, is what I'm trying to say. That's
You
not-
think I have any better luck in the real world?
Well, look.
Oh, please tell me more about what I should look.
I'm a woman who has dated
I'm a man.
all different kinds of men.
And the sense of humor you want.
You
is
have
not
a
our sense
buffet of
humor.
men who have approached themselves to you, but you don't. You select the top percent of men without even noticing that you're.
I did not. That's not true. I never did that. Like, it is just not true. He doesn't know my background. He thinks that I have selected the top, the top array of men that approached me. It's absolutely false.
Yes, because he thinks that you are the same as the women on Fresh and Fit.
Yeah,
because that is what an incel would say.
It's absolutely false. It's just not true. And to try and like, this is just the same. Travis, wait, I missed your comment. This is so funny. I missed it. Now I lost it because the chat's moving too fast. But Travis said my pronouns are winner or married winner. LOL. No, but it's just not true. My boyfriend for 2 years before I met my husband was bald and overweight.
Hell yeah.
And he chased me for a year and a half before I said yes, before I would go out with him. A year and a half. This man had the most tenacious attitude ever. He never quit. But you know what he never was? He was never down about it. And he never showed an ounce of not having confidence. He would just say stuff like, "You're dumb for not dating me. You're dumb." And then we would go back to being friends. Like, he'd just be like, you date these idiot guys and they treat you like garbage and you think that that's fun and you're stupid. And then he would make a joke and we would laugh. And eventually I did date him. And he was actually pretty great until he had an anger problem that I couldn't deal with. We're
Yeah.
still friends. We're still friends. I'm friends with his ex-wife too, who also couldn't deal with the anger problem. But like, you know, it's not, I did not do what he is saying that I did. I did not. I gave a lot of guys chances that were not what you would consider, you know, top tier guys. Absolutely not. Everett says, just Pearly Things YouTube channel is way better. Just Pearly Things YouTube channel is way better than Fresh and Fit. To fix the world, you would have to uninvent the internet. Or we could start a community of people who reject dating apps. Because have you ever considered that dating apps are a business? They are a paid for service, and they actually want you to stay single. Because if you became happy and you got married, you'd be deleting their app from your phone now, wouldn't you?
100% true.
Have you considered that maybe they're doing the opposite of what they advertise they do? Have they ever opened up their algorithms to show you how they do what they do? It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense.
You just got to work on yourself, build your confidence up. If you want to work on your like physical appearance, you can do that too. It doesn't matter, but you just need to make sure that you're happy with how you look and how you are. That way, when you approach someone, you can just be yourself. And if they don't like you, then fuck them. Go on to somebody else. And then find some. Don't actually fuck them because they don't want to. But you know what I mean.
There would be. I mean, it's true though that some people never marry. Some people never find that person, and I'm not. And I have compassion for that if that's what you had wanted to do, and you didn't. And somehow, for some reason, it didn't work out. It does happen that way, but there is probably a way to still be happy regardless. And it's just not this.
I can tell you that women definitely have a sixth sense for desperation. Yeah. And if you come off as like super
men
desperate,
do too. Men do too, by the way. I always noticed when I was dating, and if I really wanted it, like to find someone, I never could. And then when I wasn't looking, suddenly people were asking me out, you know?
Sure. Yeah, that's always the case.
It's always the case. Like the second you get a boyfriend, suddenly all men are interested in you.
Oh yeah. I've definitely been like hit on more since I've been with girlfriends before.
Right? Yeah, because I don't know if it's because you're like in a place where you're more confident or whatever. All right, let's try and get through this. We're almost done.
Not true.
But of course it's true. You have to be selective.
My husband that I've been married to for 22 years. When
so
we met,
he's not the best. You married someone other than the best you could find.
What you would consider to be like top.
I didn't say who I'd consider. I said who you'd consider.
He had no money.
Can you pause it real quick?
You married him. You must have found him.
This is so stupid. His argument is that people are going to go for the person that they want the most. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
People do.
Why would they go for someone that you're saying that?
Well, but also but they are so hung up on 6 feet, 6 figures,
exactly.
Inches,
so he's,
and it's
he's
like
lying.
That's just not the case. My husband is not 6 feet tall. He did not have a 6-figure income when I met him. And we won't go into the other area, but I'm just saying that it's not true what they're saying. It's not true that all women want those things. Guys,
I know, but he said that.
He psychic dog is what I say.
But he said at first, women only want the top tier guy, and you're like, well, that's not true because I don't think most people would have considered my husband a top tier guy when I got with him. And he's like, oh, but he was top tier in your eyes. It's like, yeah, but that's not what you said.
But that's
you know, that's not what you said.
Yeah, that's not, and it's not true either.
That doesn't mean anything.
My husband was a good catch because he was a kind person with a hardworking attitude. Like he's got a good work ethic, and he's super loving. Those were the things that attracted me to him. It wasn't his salary or his income potential or any of that. None of that.
It's like he wanted you to say like, I got with my husband and I didn't like anything about him. It's like no one's gonna say that.
I know. It's so weird.
Attractive, or didn't you?
He had no financial.
Did you find him attractive or didn't you? Yes, of course I did. Of course I did. But he wasn't letting me finish my sentence, and so I wasn't listening to him. I was just talking over him.
We were both struggling. There was no, none of that. The only thing that mattered.
At the time your husband approached you, how many men were trying to approach you?
Many.
This isn't a cross-examination. This isn't a cross.
No, she's trying to talk about my life.
4% volume for the homies.
It's like to be a guy, and
funny.
how it's like to find, dating. I'm not going to accept this bullshit.
I'm not saying I can tell you what it's like to be a guy. I'm saying as a woman, I think
She's saying that all I have to do is go outside and approach women, and they'll be happy to accept it when she doesn't understand.
That's not what.
Certainly not with that
said.
attitude. Certainly not with.
And
this
that's not what
attitude.
you said. Not everyone's going to accept you and be like, "Oh hell yeah, let's go out. Thank you for approaching me, good sir." Like, no, people are going to be like, "No, I'm not into it."
Yeah, it's not what I said. What I was really trying to say is that like we need to get back to being able to socialize with one another, even if it's not socializing with someone you want to sleep with. Can we just work on talking to one another again? Because I think what people are not realizing also is that we've all been retarded. And I mean that in the actual sense of the word. Our social skills have been retarded by the government because we have been under lockdown and we have been under social restriction for 2 years. And now we're out of it and nobody knows how to talk to one another anymore. And it's even worse than it was before. Like I even find myself, who's an extrovert, when I'm out in public, not wanting to talk to people. And I have always loved small talk and chatting with people. And now I'm just like, avoid. And that's
Let me
bad.
tell you, from the board game community, if board gamers can find love within that hobby, then you can. I promise.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the thing. If you're a nerd and you're into nerd stuff, go to nerd conventions and you will find the love of your life. Like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Like I have seen people meet and marry each other in my own circle of friends who I was thrilled for them. But also it seemed like it was probably an impossibility that they would ever meet someone because they were just so odd or different or whatever. And yet they did. And it doesn't, so it's not like we don't, I don't know, like how can this be? How can it be that men and women just can't talk to each other anymore at all? And yes, I said that about Camelot, not Kurt. One of the things with this editing thing is that very rarely was I actually talking to Kurt. I did respond to him just there because he was talking to me, but most of the time I was talking to the other panelists. And so to say that I had shamed or done anything to Kurt is just not true because I barely spoke. We barely spoke, especially after he went into his, full Jack Murphy, fuck you thing. Like, why would I want to speak to him after that? Like,
yeah.
Why? I wouldn't. I don't.
Because she's not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. There are women out there who are not bitches who will not speak to you. And the reason that we're in this situation, and what I tell my kids is get the fuck offline. Okay, don't be on social media.
I agree with this.
Look at Barnes'
Don't
face.
be on these things because they're not real.
Like,
not that we're not real here, but don't be on social media. Don't make that your life. Don't make it your identity.
Oh my God.
I like the end.
Yeah,
Nick.
that's good.
Oh my God. All right, so that's it.
Well, Megan, I wanted to turn against you.
I know you were really hoping for it, weren't you?
But then you got into a fight with the incel communities. They told you that all women are terrible because they won't date me. That's pretty much it.
And you can't even make a joke either. Like the chat got so upset and was, I've been trying to talk to them, but I think I'm going to just quit trying to talk to them because there is no talking to them. There's just no talking to them.
I would love to see everyone's criticism of anything that I've said because I stand by all of it. Come at me, loser. What you got?
Come at me. It's terrible. But you know what? We need to switch topics because we've been on that enough, and I hope to never talk about it again. Although I am going to be on with Legal Mindset tomorrow at 6, but after that, we will not talk about it again. And
you should though, because it is important, and I do think that letting this stuff kind of like brew within, to be fair, just a bunch of dudes sitting around talking about how terrible women are today. That just like continues.
And why have me? I'm on the panel. Am I supposed to just be mute because I don't belong in a discussion with these men? I was invited, and I'm going. And look, Nick knows me. He knows that if something comes up that I don't agree with, I'm going to say it, and he expects me to do that. I mean, Come on. I was the only woman on that channel, and I'm not allowed to have an opinion. You know what? For the free speech people, that sure is a little hypocritical, don't you think?
Yeah. And it's also like, it's obviously true that if it's some guy who is taller, is very handsome, has a really good career, and is very personable, they're going to have more options than 90% of people out there.
Well, I'll tell you what.
So what, dude? Who cares?
Kurt's got one thing going for him. He's got a lot of things going for him. He's a successful lawyer. He's a successful YouTuber. He's not ugly. Like
No, I don't think so at all.
I'm sure for his own health and well-being, doing physical fitness would be great for him, and it would make him feel better. Everybody needs to exercise. You all know how I feel about squats. And in fact, we have not done our squats. And so while I am saying that we need to do squats here, I'm not just going to talk about it. You're going to actually get up and do it. Is everyone ready to do your squats?
I'm ready.
With the fat shaming? We have 1 minute and 22 seconds. You're going to get up out of your seat and you're going to do your squats or your push-ups or your high knees or whatever it is, your planks for 1 minute and 22 seconds while Nick tells us how fat we are.
You impose fatness on you. You did it by going, oh, I want the butter on the popcorn. Oh, I want the butter on the ice cream. Oh, I want the butter on the sandwich. Oh, I want the butter on the salad. Stop eating butter. Can you just get up, walk 1 mile?
To squat!
Walk farther. And if you can't walk, crawl, roll, get dragged by a goddamn forklift. Whatever is wrong with you, just move. Ever. Get off the chair. Get off the couch. No one is coming to service you while you sink into that furniture, while you become one with the pleather your poor ass got on that Walmart couch. Can you try not floating into sadness? Stop eating, stop drinking, start walking, start doing anything that you haven't been doing, you fat piece of shit.
My legs hurt.
Did you do your squats?
I did. My legs hurt now. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I hate all the women. Oh, God.
But it's good advice for all of us. We all need to do that. We all need to do that. We all need to exercise. We all need to stay strong. And that will help.
Yeah. All right. Here's my last piece of advice. And then we don't have to talk about it anymore, even though I love this conversation.
Last piece of advice. Here it comes.
Find your positive qualities about yourself and put those forward and approach people as you are. And if they don't like you, then that's all. And then who cares? Then you don't have to be friends with them. I've always made it a very big point that I don't act differently around other people. I act the same around anyone that I meet. And I let them just decide if they like me or not.
Me too. And you know what? Some people hate me, and that's okay. You don't have to like me. I don't require it. A Law Nerd Clip says, Megan Fox, are you in Top Chat? I don't know what that means. What is Top Chat? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What is Top Chat?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I'm winded from the squat still.
I know, me too. I'm still panting. It's terrible that I'm still panting from doing 1 minute and 22 seconds of squats, but whatever. All right. We have to talk about Taylor Lorenz. Dude, we have to get to
let's do it, Taylor.
Oh my God. Did you see this?
Speaking of a hottie.
Taylor Lorenz was booted off of the Twitters. You know, the Twitter on the internets?
No.
Hang on one second.
Poor Taylor Lorenz. I wish I could see the chat. Oh, wait, I can't. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, click. Sorry. Oh, they're saying top chat. They're saying change your YouTube comments to top comments instead of live, I guess.
Does that matter for me? Oh, why do they want it in top chat? I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought everybody wanted it in live chat instead.
Yeah, live chat's better. Top chat is just going to be people who probably agree with you or whatever.
Top chat is dumb, I think. I do live chat. Why would we? Someone has to explain to me why you want that. Okay. Anyway, Twitter, on the Twitters, she was kicked off the Twitters for doxing people, which she should have been kicked off a long time ago for. Let's just be totally honest. Oh, wait, I forgot to check the locals chat. Are there any more tips? Hold on. Yes, there are. Sorry, guys. I'm not ignoring you, but I'm on one screen today instead of two because my other screen died. So that was fast. I had a 2 screen set up here for about a week, and now the other one died. Ohm's Law Badger sent a tip and says, your opinion was different, but it wasn't inappropriate in any way. You sounded knowledgeable and confident, not condescending. Kurt threw a temper tantrum because he's a man-child. Kurt is condescending all the time on YouTube. John B. 80s Music sent a $3 tip, says, all these people talking about fixing the world. No, find your one. No one is meant to fix the world. Just fix yourself. Well, but one person really can change the world. We've seen it happen over and over again, and a bunch of you could change the world. If you wanted to change the dating culture for your kids and those people's kids, you could do it. You could start a movement to get off these dating apps. You could do it. You could do it. It's bad. It's bad. The dating apps are bad. They don't help you. They're not helping people. Not everyone. They're helping some people. But I have a theory, Gadfly, that the people who find love online on the apps are the same people who would have found someone out and about.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't think it's like you have a better chance of finding someone online than I just think it's all the same. All right, here goes Taylor Lorenz. This bitch. Oh God. Here we go. She did a live stream. Boy, she is always.
Hey, cutie.
Oh my God. What can we just
Taylor.
talk about this? Can we talk about this look? Ah. Okay. She did a live TikTok to talk about her ban. And if you can get through this, you deserve a medal.
I honestly thought you first said about her band, and I was so excited.
What is this New Year's Eve dress she's wearing? You know, it's not New Year's yet, Tay-Tay, right? It's not.
Looks like my Christmas tree.
Oh Lord, this is how she wants us to believe that she just hangs out in her house like this. She didn't just get into this evening gown and curl her hair and put big huge gold earrings on for this, did she? No, she just hangs out like this. This is
curl her 100% real hair, no extensions involved.
Hey guys, the rumors are true. I have been permanently suspended by Twitter. I was given 0 reason, only had 3 tweets on my account. 2 of them were promoting my other social media.
Whoa. Is the music behind this that My Heart Will Go On?
Yeah, it is.
Is she out? Is she kidding me? Oh, is this going to get me a copyright strike? Look, YouTube, don't strike this. You can barely hear it for one, and clearly we are making commentary, so don't do that. It's fair use.
Channels, which you guys should follow. Taylor Lorenz at Instagram.com, TaylorLorenz.substack.
I wouldn't follow Taylor Lorenz at Instagram.com if she paid me $500,000 to do it. Just saying.
I mean, I would.
Have a new YouTube channel. But yeah, I was suddenly logged out. I just had those 2 tweets and a tweet where I asked Elon.
Yeah, because she deleted her entire tweet history, thinking that Twitter doesn't have a log of all of that. Yeah. She deleted it when she found out that people were getting yeeted for doxing, and she knew she had doxed a bunch of people. So she deleted her whole thread. So now she's trying to say, I only had 3 tweets on my timeline. Yeah, because you deleted the rest of it. But guess what? Elon's got the receipts.
Elon for comment today, revealing 0 information. Super crazy. Elon seems to be banning anyone he disagrees with, and I certainly didn't violate any terms that I was aware of. So that's the story right now. But follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Lord. Pretty much every other.
I can't take her face right now. I can't.
Other social media, I'm just at Taylor Lorenz, and I'm here with my fellow band user Ryan Mack. You know, once you get banned, you have these kind of meetups, and so we're at our local.
Does she mean hookups?
Meetup.
Yeah. Yes.
And okay, so there's more.
To cut off all the chat there. I think that she is a very pretty woman in a beautiful dress. Okay, we don't need to say that she's an ugly whatever people are saying. So I'm gonna go. She's fine.
This is funny. If Kurt thinks Megan looks smug, imagine him seeing Taylor Lorenz's face.
Oof, yeah. That'd be a rough one.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so there's more. This is really funny. So where is the, no, not that one. So she also, where'd she go? It's on Libs of TikTok. Here it is. There it is. Got it. Share this tab instead. Yes. Oh, wait, this is funny. Wait, can you see this? Yeah. When Taylor Lorenz comes back in a few days, get ready for her describing her Twitter jail experience as if she were Nelson Mandela.
Every single social tie. You feel like any little piece of information that gets out on you will be used by the worst people on the internet to destroy your life. And it's so isolating and terrifying.
Yeah, so scary.
I've had to remove every single.
Oh, they cut out the best part, which was her going, I'm sorry. That was the best part.
Again, get offline sometimes, everyone. Get off the internet sometimes.
But now this is hilarious because,
or else this will be your fate. You'll turn into Taylor Lorenz.
Yes, you will be this. You will be this woman. Look at this. Watch her abruptly end her TikTok stream when the comments are not favorable to her.
Oh my God, this is just a bunch of Elon fans.
Cry harder.
All right. Oh, Aaron Space Museum. Hi. Guys, I did have only 3 tweets because my tweets auto delete and they have since 2014.
Bullshit.
Whoa, cool.
I do have to go. But I love you guys and it was so fun to get to chat with you. Oh my God. I do have to go.
She did this,
but
did this at a party.
I have a suspicion. Did we see anyone else at this party?
On Instagram, you can.
She did this at a party, or did she have like a sound effect in the background of a party?
I was gonna say I have a suspicion she's playing a soundtrack in the background. She's never been to a party, so she thinks that everyone plays "My Heart Will Go On" when you're at a party.
Can you imagine if she's not at a party? She's literally playing this on the stereo, like a track of party sounds. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah, it's weird. Why are we hearing all these voices, but we don't see any people?
I don't see anyone in the reflection. I don't see anybody anywhere. I'm looking really hard.
Follow Ryan on Instagram. You can follow everyone else on Instagram. And I'm running off like Elon did. Yeah, I'm running off because I'm hanging out with my friends, you guys. It's Saturday night, and I just found out my Twitter account is banned, which is hilarious. So I thought I would do a live, okay?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I don't see anybody there, Taylor.
Tay, stop. This is so bad. And I want to find Libs of TikTok, though, because she also had a clip of it for when she noticed that Libs of TikTok was on the stream. She had a breakdown. Well, when Haya gets on the stream, she can see it, and she just gets really, like, all flustered that Haya's there, because Haya's like, you doxed me. Like, you literally doxed me in the Washington Post, the Washington Post. Oh yeah, here it is. I got it. All right. So this is Taylor noticing Libs of TikTok is on the stream.
All right.
Yeah, please. It's taylorlorenz.substack.com. Let me put it in the comments. taylorlorenz.substack. Oh my God, we have Libs of TikTok in here. Is that the real Libs of TikTok? I honestly can't tell. You guys will have to tell me. Libs of TikTok. I've actually never wished suspension on other people. Let's not get that twisted, guys. I have always, as I said earlier.
Is she kidding? I've never wished suspension on other people. She wrote an entire article in the Washington Post about how Haya Raychick should be suspended from Twitter. Like, she's out of her damn mind.
She said suspended, not banned. You know, obviously she wants people to be banned from Twitter, just not suspended.
I've always actually advocated.
Oh, by the way, she also tried to get Tug banned off of YouTube.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
A Discord-like approach to Twitter. No, I did not ask Twitter to ban you, Haya. I did not. I reported on your account. It's up to Twitter what they want to do. As you know, you got 7 strikes.
It's up to Twitter what they want to do. That is such a cop-out.
Yeah, so little. Okay, so it's up to Twitter to ban you then.
But I reported you. But it's up to them.
Which is actually preferential treatment because most people are banned. I think 3 to 5 strikes is the ban. So
no, she never. The
Lives of
strikes
TikTok
were not
actually enjoyed
accurate.
special treatment from Twitter, which is something that we found out from the Twitter files, which I thought was very interesting. But yeah, I've always said about Twitter that it needs.
What we found out from Twitter files was that Haya never violated their rules. That's what we found out. So she's literally twisting the Twitter files drops completely around. What we found out from internal emails is that they gave her strikes and she didn't violate terms of service. That's what we found out.
Needs more segmenting, and people need to be able to determine their own experience of Twitter, because I think that's the majority of the friction on Twitter. It's like, do I want to enter this crazy world where everyone's going to yell at me, or do I just want to post about like NBA games to my friends, right?
Okay, the rest of this is boring.
What?
I don't know. She wants to post about NBA games. The rest of this is boring. No one cares.
What friends? No one's there at your party.
No one is actually there at your party, Taylor. I don't believe you. You sit on a throne of lies.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So do you have to go? Do you
Yeah.
have to go now? You have to go. I hear it in your voice.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're
Gotta
going to get
finish
to
this. I've done all my tedious stuff now.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Gadfly. I really appreciated your perspective, and I'm glad that you were the one that said the things you said and I didn't say them.
Yeah.
So that's...
Oh, I stand by him too. Come at me, Kurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you
call you
have-
that specifically.
You have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon, hopefully. What are you working on? Do you want anybody to know anything? You got any new songs or stuff you want to share?
Nothing like Gadfly wise, right? Well, I might have something, but I'm not going to say anything until I've done it.
I kind of want you to do a new NFT one for the Trump trading cards.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're so bad.
They're so
bad.
good.
So bad. Did you buy them? Did you buy some?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't want anybody buy any of that fool's gold nonsense.
NFT nonsense. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, thanks for coming by. I sure appreciate it. And I hope to see you
Absolutely.
again soon.
Let me know if anyone else tries to bully you.
All right. I will.
Okay.
Bye. All right, you guys, we got to get on to Oklahoma because there's breaking news in the transgender attack in the bathroom. And you will only hear it here. Sir Ian, thanks for the super chat, says we've moved on, but when I hunt in a field and I don't see deer there, I move to another field and continue to move until I get a deer. For dating, if I keep getting rejected, I try somewhere else. It's easy. It's not easy for people who have social anxiety. I know that. But that's one of those underlying things that you gotta work on. You gotta work on that. You just have to. No, I don't think, Maria, I don't think anybody's mocking Kurt. He does need help, and I think he should get that. And I wish nothing but the best for him. I wish nothing but health and happiness for him, and I hope that he gets better soon. But I maybe he should stay off streams with a lot of people if he can't stop himself from being horribly rude. Okay. Oklahoma. This is a big story, you guys. It is a huge story, and I have breaking news about it. But first, before we get to what's breaking and what's new, we have to go over what actually happened because you might not know. All right. First, if you go to pjmedia.com and you click on columnists and my name, you will find all the latest updated information. What happened is a boy dressed as a girl went into the bathroom of Edmond Memorial High School and picked a fight with a girl and beat the snot out of her and another girl who never even got a punch in on the way back. Now, the Oklahoma media ignored this story completely, but they didn't just ignore it. What's her name? Wendy Suarez from the local Fox channel actually tweeted out that this story was not newsworthy. If you can believe this, they said it was not newsworthy. Oh my gosh, you guys, wait a minute. My story about suing the Wauwatosa School Board is trending at #1 right now. Do you see that? That means that we may have hit our goal. Hold on. We got to go over to the Give, Send, Go. I forgot to even tell you guys about it. That's the wrong one. Nope, that's not the right one. right, where are we at? $8,314. We only have 2,000 more to go. You guys, help me hold this Wauwatosa School Board accountable. Whoops, I hit the microphone with my thumb. Now it's too loud. Shoot. Okay, I'm going back down. The Wauwatosa School Board, which cut off my right to speak, it wouldn't let me give me my 3 minutes. I'm suing them, and I'm doing it with Robert Barnes's help. And Robert needs $10,000 just for expenses, because he's doing it just for expenses and court costs, and he's going to get the rest on what do you call it? Not retainer, on contingency, which is where you get it from the school board when you win. And he wouldn't have taken the case if it wasn't a great case. If you want to see Robert Barnes, maybe I'll play a little bit of it. Because Robert had some great words to say about this lawsuit, and we are almost there. So this is fantastic. I'm excited about this, and we're going to teach the school board a lesson, and it's great. So if you guys want to donate to this cause, it is givesendgo.com/speak freely. I will drop it in the chat for you guys, and please do give it a visit. Most of the donations, besides Nick's $1,000 and someone donating in Nick's name for his birthday, another $1,000, all of the donations have been like $5, $10, $12. It's great. I love that so much. Some people have donated $2. I think that's terrific. If you want to be a part of this, just imagine the fun content we're going to have here. When the filing goes in, I'm going to read every filing to you. I will beg Nick to read it on his show too. It'll be so fun. We will have a great time following this and also learning. How did I miss this Rumble rant? Oh, there it is. Okay. We will have fun learning together how to hold these school boards accountable when they violate the rights of parents. And this particular board I dug into, and I found they were doing some other stuff too. And we'll get to that in a few minutes, but I do want to get to Oklahoma. Dark Green says on Rumble, you guys shouldn't pick on Taylor. It's not nice to pick on the elderly. That's funny. Don't forget to hit that Rumble Plus button. If you're on Rumble, you have to stroke the plussy nicely. That's the way it goes. Make sure that you do that and send it out. Share it out to your friends. We're not done here. We've got a lot more to go, and hopefully I can get it done in a quick amount of time because my kids are home and I need to get on that. They need stuff probably, so I need to hurry up and get this done. All right, let's get back to Oklahoma. Oklahoma media ignores heinous assault on girls by male student in high school girls' bathroom. Wendy Suarez, I'm not going to read this whole thing. If you guys want to read it, I'm going to drop it in the chat. I really encourage you to click on it for me, because if you can't send rants, you can't send chats, you can't send tips on locals, you can click on my articles for absolutely free. And it helps me because that's how I get paid over at PJ Media. My real job, my everyday job, my 24-hour-a-day job is at pjmedia.com. For some of you in Nick's chat who are really pissed off with me and you think it's insulting to me when you say things like her YouTube channel is so small and she doesn't get any views. You know what? I am really proud of this YouTube channel, and I love every single one of you who comes here, who is a subscriber, and I'm very thankful for every single one of you. And I'm okay with having a small channel. It doesn't bother me at all, because my real job is I'm a journalist and I write for a living, and this is where my bread gets buttered, shall we say, is over on pjmedia.com, which is a fantastic site which you should be watching and reading every day. All right. When citizens of Edmond, Oklahoma, tried to get a hold of Wendy Suarez, who works for Fox 25 in Oklahoma, this is what she said. This guy says, Wendy, I'm interested. Has anyone asked you to look into any other assaults that have happened in girls' bathrooms this year, or any boys' bathrooms, whether they were trans or cis? Don't use that word. Hi, Walker. She says, there are fights at schools every day. Going through the report, which I'm happy to post, it looks like the only thing that makes this notable to some is that it involved a trans student in a bathroom. Right now, I don't think it meets the threshold to be news. Excuse me, Wendy? Excuse me? Wendy? It's not news? Boy, okay. We have the whole half of the country has been screaming for years that if you let boys into girls' bathrooms, girls are going to be in danger. They're going to be in danger of being raped like they were in Loudoun County 2 girls were raped by the same boy in a dress in Loudoun County. People are now going to jail over that. Not just the rapist, but school administrators are being indicted and facing jail time because they covered it up, just like this school in Oklahoma is trying to do. This is a huge story. For Wendy Suarez, this is how you know that what we are dealing here with Wendy Suarez. You should be very familiar with it because we talk about it here a lot. Fake news. That's right. Wendy Suarez is a fake news reporter. She is not serious. She's not serious about doing her job, because if she were, she would know that this is huge news. For one, let's just be completely cutthroat about it. She knows damn well she would get clicks like hell on this story. This is a clickety-click kind of story. Boy beats up girls in the bathroom because he's trans and the school allowed it. That's a big moneymaker right there. And if the media is turning down a story that they know is going to go cha-ching, 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 there's an alternative motive behind it. Because believe me, these people are prostitutes. They are not paragons of virtue by any means. They will make money on anything they will make money on. So give me a break, please. Please don't tell me that this is not newsworthy, Wendy. Man, I wanted to choke her when she said that in Minecraft. All right, let's go back over to the article. Let me embiggen this for you. Here we go. All right, so this is the stupid shit that she said. So anyway, media is hiding it. We know that. Let's go over to the next article. The next article would be this one. Now, this is on our VIP side. You can only access this if you are a VIP subscriber. If you use my promo code FOX for a discount, you will get it. And hold on, let me get the link for you guys. You can still click on it if you want to check out. And I'm going to go over some of it for you, which is the bonus to being a subscriber on YouTube and Rumble, is that sometimes I go over our paid only content and you get to see a lot more of it, even if you are not a VIP member. So here you go. There's the link. It's going in the locals in the Rumble chat now. John, I'm in locals chat right now. John, thanks for the tip. John says, Taylor Lorenz is like SBF's girlfriend, looks young and old at the same time. She is a strange looking person. I definitely agree with that statement. Very weird. Clickety click, everybody. Clickety click. I'm headed over to Rumble now, so Rumble can get the links so you guys can follow along with what we are talking about. There you go. All right. Oklahoma high school goes full cover-up mode after trans bathroom attack. They're doing the exact same thing that Loudoun County did, and it's gross. As 2 Loudoun County, Virginia school officials face indictment and criminal charges for covering up the rape of 2 female students by a trans-identifying male student in 2 schools in the district, another trans-identifying male has been charged with assault for beating up 2 females, this time in the Edmond Memorial High School girls' bathroom in Oklahoma. Instead of coming clean to the parents and the community, the school, the police, and the local media have kept the assault off everyone's radar until a parent broke the story on a blog this week. You guys, this happened in October, and we just found out about it in December. The fallout is highlighting what looks like a massive cover-up. The incident occurred in October, but residents and parents in Edmond just found out about it this week. Heavily redacted police reports obtained by PJ Media read like a puzzle, but it's clear that the trans-identifying student is male, and the police went out of their way to cover that up by redacting pronouns or using she, her to refer to the male student. They even redacted what they found on the male student's birth certificate, obviously blanking out the word male so the press could discover the truth. This is horrific. Look at these. Look at this. This is like looking at what the CIA gives out. Look at this police report, how ridiculous this is. Try to read this. I made telephone contact with P and informed her that was posting things on Snapchat that didn't help situation. P stated that would speak to school about it, but she just got back to work. I mean, it is so ridiculous the way that this is done. Look at this. Look at the whiteouts in here. And you should see what they sent me when I asked for it. They blacked out the entire 2 pages, the first 2 pages, which I happen to have unredacted because I got it from a different source. So they think that they can do this, but they really cannot. I think what they're doing is illegal, and we're going to find out. Maybe we can sue somebody else. Maybe we can sue the Edmond Police Department. Wouldn't that be fun? All right. PJ Media submitted another request asking for a properly redacted report that only redacts the names of minors. Edmond Police responded with a new police report with even more redactions. They did. Then they sent me a statute that they said covered what they did. It was over 300 pages, which I went through. I combed through it all. I couldn't find any rules on redaction. Also, let's see what else is in here that's interesting. So let me read to you what actually happened in this report. On October 26th of this year at 8:14 a.m., police were called to Edmond Memorial High School after an incident in the girls' bathroom that left a student with an injury to the eye, face, and head with a possible concussion. According to page 5 of the police report filed with the Edmond Police Department embedded below, ellipses indicate redacted information. In fact, the incident was so significant. The testimony of the school nurse, as reported by the officer on scene, states student's left side of face is swollen, left eyelid swollen, complaints of headache, dizziness, blurry vision, denies nausea, complains neck pain, ice pack applied, and urged medical attention. Recently, the police report for this incident was obtained by ROPE, this is the parent organization, from the Edmond Police Department. One of the witness statements said, a female student said, Redacted told Redacted to leave her alone and to stop looking at Redacted, and then they started screaming at each other, and then Redacted threw the first hit, then basically jumped on Redacted, started swinging. The witness continued to say that she jumped in to save the victim's life because Redacted is a man. Then I tried to jump in. Redacted also hit Redacted. From what I saw, kicked Redacted in the head and the back 2 times, and then we pulled Redacted up and Redacted collapsed, and then the principal walked in. It's very difficult to read these police records because the redactions and the complete absence of punctuation in the written witness statements. One thing is clear. Edmond High School should spend less time pandering to LGBTQ WTF fuckery, the cult demands, and more time improving their students' writing skills. And then I interviewed parents on the ground, and you guys can read through that when you have time if you're a VIP subscriber. Read through the parent statements. So there's definitely a cover up going on here. Now let's move on to the next story, which is not behind a paywall, that is going to give you more information about this attack. And then we're going to get to the breaking news that I have. And this is hilarious. Are we sharing the right thing? Yes. Okay. Redacted. The chat says Redacted was busy. That's so funny. Oh man, I love you guys. Love your chat. Love the chat here. I'm on the front page on Rumble. You did it. Yay. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm so excited. Rumble. We should be having a Rumble party. We are on the front page of Rumble. That calls for a celebration. Where's my little Rumble thing? Where's my Rumble clip? Damn it, where did it go? Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Fan-freaking-tastic. You got me to the top of the page on Rumble. I love you. Keep hitting that plus button, you guys, on Rumble. Please do that for me. It's fantastic when and I gotta say, I gotta make a plug for Rumble right here. Let me just do it right now since we're on this topic. Rumble and locals, they are winning. They are winning me over. They are winning me to their whole platform is fantastic. Locals.com. I'm at meganfox.locals.com. And what we are doing over there is so much fun. We are having a blast. We do movie nights. We're watching Casey Anthony episode 3 tonight at 8 p.m. for my local subscribers. That is happening tonight, where we are making fun of this brazen liar. I almost said lawyer. She's not a lawyer. She's a liar. Making fun of this brazen liar and her ridiculous news story about how her daughter died. If you go to Locals right now and sign up for a whole year, I'm the cheapest hoe on the block, as Joe Neerman likes to say. Only $3 a month. And if you sign up right now, promo code PANTS, you're going to get a free month on me. You are never going to see this price again, because come January 1st, it's going up to $5 like everybody else. is. But right now, you will be grandfathered in for the entire year at only $3 a month. You cannot get a better deal than this. And we have so much fun. We bring drinks, we bring snacks, we do cocktails and popcorn. You can contact me directly. You can take part in the locals chats. And I do exclusive local streams, including helpful household tips. We just did a crisis cleaning video that was a whole lot of fun. It was an hour to get your house in working order, and I do it with you so that you're not alone. Because I don't know about you, but I hate to clean alone. I like to do it with somebody, and so we have done that, and it's a lot of fun. So you know what? Just check me out on locals. You can follow me for free. If you like the free content that's there, maybe you'll sign up before January 1st, because after then the price is going up. It's going up. The grift is getting stronger. Okay. Did I drop this link? I don't think I did yet. So let me do that. I'm going to clickety click, everybody. Clickety click. The Rumbles app and everything, it's going to get up and going. Give it some time. But locals, look, the people who run locals, they're excellent. They always are there for me if I have a question. They have reached out to me. They have helped me to grow the channel. They care about their creators. And, you know, with all the drama with YouTube and the bullshit that they pull there, I think we should support Rumble. And I think we should support locals, because the way that they treat us is the way that you would treat creators who are making your platform great. You treat them well. You don't strike them for no reason and yeet them off your platform and shadow ban them and keep them down, YouTube. Like, YouTube sucks. And it's too bad, because they have a good platform and they have a good payment structure. But when they act in such an unfair way towards their creators, fuck them. I don't like YouTube. Okay. School superintendent downplays transgender bathroom assault with a smile and a shrug. You guys are going to get so pissed when I read this. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Did I drop the link in locals? Yeah, I did. Okay, everybody has the link now. Within 24 hours of PJ Media sending an inquiry to Wendy Suarez asking why the male student who beat up two girls in the girls' bathroom that he was using in violation of state law wasn't newsworthy, according to her tweets, Suarez had a change of heart. The Fox 25 reporter is now fervently working as the PR arm of Edmond Memorial High School, which got caught covering up the assault of two girls in the bathroom by a boy posing as a girl. Angela Grunwald, the school's superintendent, has been under fire for not alerting parents to the attack that happened in October. After the national media reported her failure, she quickly released a video explanation. Suarez, ever helpful to prop up the approved narrative, breathlessly tweeted the statement out as if Grunwald had done the right thing by releasing the statement 2 months late. She had been asked by parents months ago to please, tell parent, why didn't you tell us about this? Grunwald can be seen in the video smiling weirdly and shrugging as she tries to downplay the seriousness of the injuries of the victims. We've been experiencing a calm and peaceful school year, she opened, unironically sounding like a CNN anchor, describing riots as fiery but mostly peaceful. That reminds me, I made a hilarious meme of her with the riots and stuff. That's hysterical. Where did it go? I have to find it because it's so funny. It's so freaking funny. I have to find it. Talk amongst yourselves while I find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. It's a bloody but mostly peaceful assault. Up next, Wendy Suarez says violent assaults aren't newsworthy. Transgender attacker awarded medal for being proactive about bullying. It's so funny. She literally opened it with, we've been experiencing a calm and peaceful school year. On October 26th, there was a fight at Edmond Memorial High School in the girls' bathroom. You know what? I'm not going to read this to you. Let's watch her say it because this is so ridiculous. You're going to hate her so much. I can't wait for your reaction. So let's just do it.
Good afternoon. This is really my first video to send out to everyone this year, and that's partly because we've been experiencing just a calm and peaceful school year. It has been great that we've been able to get back and focus on learning and focus on teaching and focus on what is really our priorities as a school. However, there is a news story that is going around that I feel is important that we tell you the facts and tell you what happened. You need to hear from us and know what happened. On October 26th,
but not in October.
At Edmond Memorial High School,
in December,
in the girls' bathroom that involved a transgender student. So let me give you some facts and some background on that. One, this student that initiated the fight had only been attending Edmond Memorial a few days prior to this incident on October 26th. When the student enrolled as a female and presented themselves as a female, and so have been accepted as a female. And you may ask yourself, how can that happen? It's hard to explain, but if a parent comes in and enrolls their child as a certain gender, and when you look at that child by all social norms, they look and present themselves as that gender, it's not something that you would question. Also in high school, birth certificates are not required to start school. So there was no birth certificate in the CUNY file at the time to verify one way or another.
Does anybody believe that? Just asking the question, do you believe that it's not required to give a birth certificate?
I do want to say in the fight, there were some minor injuries.
Minor.
Called minor injuries, but it doesn't matter. That's not okay.
A concussion, minor.
We don't want a student hurt at all, whether minor or serious. It was a fact that we did have a student injured on this day, and that is not okay. Also, I want to say we had two policies broken at this time. One, we have a policy against fighting, and we have a policy that was our school board enacted in August of this school year that says all students must go to the bathroom of their birth gender. And both of those policies were broken, and both of them have consequences. I can tell you consequences were given for both violations. Also, I want to tell you this student is no longer at Edmond Memorial High School. We take our policies serious, and we expect our students to follow them. And you know what? It doesn't always happen, and when it doesn't, we initiate the consequences or do what we can to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Parents, I just want to stop a little bit and talk to you. You send your child to us every day, and I hope you have a personal relationship with your child's teacher or teachers, and you know how much they care about your child. Our teachers,
the teachers didn't even know.
Every day, and they care.
They didn't even know.
Them like they were their own. And
the teachers weren't even alerted. Okay, I can't listen to her anymore. That's enough of that. The teachers were not even alerted to this. The teachers went on the record. Some of them talked to reporters and also parents. They weren't even aware of this. They didn't even know what had happened. Somehow she managed to even keep the fight from the students, which is crazy. None of the students who weren't involved had even heard of it. So let me just show you. So she said, and you all heard her say very clearly, they did not know that the student was transgender and that they do not use birth certificates. That's not required. You heard her say that, right? The breaking news that I have, that I'm about to write up as soon as I get off of this stream, that I thought I would share here with you first, because that's one of the things that I do sometimes is share my stories before they even print with you, which is why it's always good to be here. Don't miss a stream because breaking news happens here all the time. And that's something that I firmly believe journalists should do their own research and should get their own sources and not just repeat news. I have been talking to sources on the ground in Edmond, Oklahoma for the last week and a half, and those sources have been sending me documents. And one of the documents that I was just sent is oh, what is this? Locals just emailed me. Oh, that's interesting. I'll get to that in a second. See, I told you, Locals is on top of everything. They're so awesome. He's like sending me ideas and sending me stuff that I can offer to you guys, and it's really fun. We'll go over that in a second. But anyway, people are sending me things from the ground, documents from the school, and I now have proof that birth certificates are absolutely required to go to this high school. Can you believe that she said this publicly? I mean, can you believe this? Let me find it Sorry, I have a lot of emails. Jeez. Where is it? It's here. Hold on. But I have it. Hold on. Let me do a search. I think it had birth certificate in the... It had birth certificate in that. No, I guess not. All right, wait. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk about dogs and daughters and coffee and whatever it is. Actually, you know what I will do is while we are waiting for me to find this email, because I am going to show you. I am going to show you what this school, how these people lie. But I need to go and find it, and I don't want dead air. I hate dead air, and I can't talk while I'm looking for something. So meanwhile, you guys are going to go do some more squats. Got it? It's squat time. Get up and do your squats. You've got 1 minute and 22 seconds, and that's how long it's going to take me, hopefully, to find what I am looking for. Okay, here you go. Do your squats.
You impose fatness on you. You did it by going, oh, I want the butter on the popcorn. Oh, I want the butter on the ice cream. Oh, I want the butter on the sandwich. Oh, I want the butter on the salad. Stop eating butter. Can you just get up, walk 1 mile? Do squats! Walk farther. And if you can't walk, crawl, roll, get dragged by a goddamn forklift. Whatever is wrong with you, just move. Ever. Get off the chair. Get off the couch. No one is coming to service you while you sink into that furniture, while you become one with the pleather your poor ass got on that Walmart couch. Can you try not floating into sadness? Stop eating, stop drinking, start walking, start doing anything that you haven't been doing, you fat piece of shit.
Perfect. That was perfect timing because I got it. I found the document. And by the way, Kerfuffle, LOL. He says, love you, Megan. Mr. Fox, average height. Megan, medium smart. A match made in heaven. That's absolutely correct. We're only looking for medium good here, folks. Just medium good is good enough, okay? That is my motto. My motto is it's good enough. All right, here we go. Let's look at the Edmond Public Schools requirements. Edmond Public Schools required enrollment documentation. Shall we? Let's zoom in here. Let's zoom in. Each student will need all of the following items to enroll in Edmond Public Schools. Number 1, 2 proofs of residency, 1 from each category below. Here we go. And number 2, a legal birth certificate. Oh, what does it say again? Each student will need all of the following items to enroll in Edmond Public Schools. A legal birth certificate. You must have all of these things. You must have 1 through 6, all of these things. So this woman has lied to your face. She has lied. And she lied about something that is so demonstrably false that every parent who has a kid enrolled in the Edmond School District knows because they filled out the paperwork, which they literally probably got. You can access it online right now. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely, so that's the next column I'm going to be working on when I get off this stream. I am going to be going over that. What else was I supposed to hit today? Was I supposed to do something else? Oh, yes. All right. We are going to end on this. Oh, Jesus. You guys, I'm so sorry to do this to you. Not that you should have children in the room when you're watching my show, because you really shouldn't, because a lot of times I use adult language. But you really should not have children in the room if you are going to watch this. What's coming up now is just absolutely absurd. And so if you have kids around, I'm giving you the high sign now. Get them out of the room or turn me off for a while and come back and watch this later. But this is not for children. And So I'm giving you a few seconds to take care of that. Hash Brown sent it to the internet, says Megan Fox, I first found you on Nick's channel. He obviously finds you relevant, and that's why you were there, regardless of how many subs, views, likes, or whatever else. Yes, that's probably true. I love Nick. Nick loves me. I'm not worried about it. And, you know, we can't please the chat all the time. And if the chat had its way, I think it would be a really funny experiment if Nick had me on the show and I allowed the chat through like a poll to decide when I could speak. I guarantee you it would be never. Okay. So it's ridiculous to pay attention to the chat. Like, it's just ridiculous. And if they were so good at this, then I think they would be invited. I think if the chat knows exactly how to make entertainment and content that's fun and funny, well, then they would be here doing this. And they're not. They're just somebody online commenting about shit and expecting me to take it seriously. Well, you know, I'm sorry, but I don't. I just don't. All right. This is the last thing. You've had enough time. Yeah, Locals wants to talk to me about gifting memberships. So that sounds exciting. You guys wanted to know what Locals was talking to me about. All right, fine. I'll read the email. Let's see. What does it say? I didn't really read it. Hold on. It's about gifting subscriptions. So I have the ability to gift subscriptions, or no, I'm sorry. You have the ability, if you're a local subscriber, to gift a subscription. That's interesting. So yeah, I'll put that out there. That would be great. So like for Christmas, if you wanted to buy someone a subscription to my Locals channel, you can do that. So I'll look for that post coming up soon, because I think that's a great idea. Gifting subs is a terrific thing to do for friends and family, especially if you know somebody who can't afford it, or someone could gift Kurt a subscription, you know? Maybe Kurt would like to come and hang out. And you know what? I have all the women. Like my viewers are mostly women. And yes, it's like gifting members on YouTube. So if you want to find some women, I have a lot of them in my chat and in my subs. They're almost all women. So if you want to meet women, you kind of have to go to where women are. And so that would be a great thing to do. All right. What else what am I supposed to be looking at right now? Oh yeah, the Twitter thing. Oh God. This is so bad. This is a drag show, you guys, and it's really obnoxious. This is supposedly for children. I just want to put this out there. There were children at this show. Robbie Starbuck says this is a compilation from an all-ages Christmas drag tour being put on by @MP Present all over the country. Kids are being exposed to simulated sex. This tour comes through Tennessee on December 22nd in Knoxville. Please stop it, sheriffs. And he tagged Sheriff Spangler. So let's watch this hideousness, shall we? Let's go back to the beginning. Oh wait, sorry. I haven't shared it with you. Whoa, hold on. God, I hate it that I can't remember to do this. I got to put it back up on the screen. All right, now we go. We're going. Here we go. Try that again.
You are such an awesome mom for bringing their kid out to a family-friendly drag show, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh. Oh God.
Minty fresh. I had sex with my father's boss in my father's office. What's your favorite part?
Nothing.
Well, I slept with my stepfather's co-worker in our RV over Thanksgiving. Awesome mom for bringing
all right.
out to a family
I can't
friendly drag.
I can't with this. I can't. There are children here, and wait till you hear the mothers that were interviewed who had their kids there.
Do you find this to be age appropriate for your children?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little more, I'm not as conservative, but I mean, really, it's not any different than, I mean, Disney and Disney, they have similar things. Like, it's really not that far from it.
It's not different from Disney?
My father's boss in my father's office.
Honestly, like, I'm body positive.
Do you find this to be age appropriate for children?
Do I find this to be
Yeah.
age appropriate?
Yeah.
For my child, yeah.
Oh God.
Hello, you're reaching for my titties. Are you hungry?
Do you mind me asking how old she is?
She's 12.
12.
She knows about sex, and I mean, she doesn't see sex.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the show.
She kind of sees simulated sex in the show.
She goes to school. She sees simulated sex all the time.
What?
You know what I'm saying? It's exposing sex to them too young.
Honestly, because there's like, this is a little bit more forward, but there's innuendo and all that kind of stuff in Disney.
Innuendo
is way, are you
innuendo is way different, lady, than actually seeing simulated sex. Listen to what she says about Shrek.
compensating for something? There's a lot of things that they don't necessarily get. I'm talking about, are you compensating for something?
Are you
There's a lot of
saying, are you compensating for something is so far removed from this. Like, I can't even with the, and why are all these bitches so fat? It's just, I don't understand why they're all fat white women who are bringing their kids to this. Like, are they so, like, what do they want? The attention of gay men? Is that what this is about? Is this about these women looking for a gay best friend and they think that this is how they have to go about getting it? Because I got to tell you, gay men think you're disgusting.
things that
that's the truth.
They don't necessarily get. I mean, it is sexualized, but like it is what it is. I just think it's the stigma around it that's, you know, which they don't care. I've raised them not to care.
The stigma around what?
Around, you know.
I've raised them not to care about adults sharing sexually inappropriate things with them. Because I'm a moron. I've raised my children to not recognize signs of abuse. Because I'm a moron. I've raised my children to be targets for sexual predators because I didn't teach them any boundaries because I'm an idiot. That's what these women are saying.
Different sexualities, you know, it's just, that's not any different than, you know, straight people.
Oh, it's not?
Another big riot. So you don't worry that this is like ruining.
It's no different than straight people. Show me a straight person event where straight people are doing this in front of children. Show it to me. Someone find it. There isn't one.
Her innocence or anything.
No, she needs to know what's appropriate and know when to say, consent and what's appropriate and what's not.
Did she consent to this? Did she know you were going to take her somewhere where this disgusting stuff was going on? Did you get her consent before you put her in front of this?
And how will she know that if she doesn't see it in a safe way?
So this show will show her what's appropriate and what's not, you think?
No, not this show, but we will teach her over time. Oh, she's fine. She'll be fine.
She'll be fine. I cannot take it with these women anymore. I cannot take it.
Do you find this to be?
I cannot take these women. I don't know what the hell their problem is, but if you are a mother and you are taking your children to see a show like this, you need to be investigated. This is outrageously sick, and the state needs to step in here and stop this from happening. They're going to have to write laws that children do not belong at drag shows, because clearly these idiot white women will continue to expose their children to this. Yeah, where are their fathers? I'll tell you what, they're either being led around by the balls by these women and they're not in charge of anything at their house, or they're non-existent. And based on the way those women look, they're probably long gone. That's my theory. Those women really need to do some squats. I'll tell you what, they could use a lot more than squats. And they also need some sort of rehabilitation for their minds, which have fallen out.
To squat!
These people have got me. I'm going crazy. All right, let me check for the remaining super chats and Rumble rants. Make sure I didn't miss any. I did. Raceland says 9,000 says congratulations on Rumble front page. I am so excited about that, and I still haven't seen it. I need to go over and look at it. Hold on. And take a screen grab. Wow, there's 475 of you here on Rumble. I didn't even know because like I said, I'm down a screen, so I have to like keep switching back and forth, and it's hard to see how many of you are here. But it appears that you guys really wanted to hear about the birthday drama, but hopefully that drama is over now. Tomorrow night, here's what's coming. All right, so tomorrow is True Crime Tuesday, which we do here every Tuesday. That's going to be fun. Joe Raffa's coming back. He is the retired LA Sheriff's Department deputy who was on homicide for 18 years. The guy is so interesting. He has so many stories. We're going to talk to him about whatever he wants to talk about when he was in LA during the all the serial murders, including the Night Stalker and the Freeway Killer, and he's just a really interesting guy to talk to. And so we've been doing True Crime Tuesdays, which looks like this. And by the way, if you're on Rumble and you want to join my locals page, there's a red button that says join locals, and you can just hit it and you can be right there on my page. Don't forget that that's there. If you're on the app, you should see it right under where you go to the chat. And you should be able to just hook up with me on locals right there. And you want to be on locals with me because we're doing movie night tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Casey Anthony, episode 3. And it's hysterical, you guys. So much fun. I'll be setting that link up today, and you guys will be getting that in the chat for subscribers only. If you can't subscribe to me right now, that's okay. Follow me for free at meganfox.locals.com because you will see I've got a lot of free content there too, and you'll really like that. You will like that, the community. It's fun. By the way, check this out. It's the fuck around and find out scale. And the Wauwatosa board has fucked around enough that they've reached the Robert Barnes level of fuck around and find out. And if you want to visit that Give, Send, Go, it's at givesendgo.com/speak freely. And since we've been on the air, we have raised almost $9,000. We're up to $89.41. Holy shit. You guys are the best. We are going to file this within a week. It's going to be so great. We are going to get to $10,000. And Bobby Barnes, man, Bobby Barnes. Oh, I did promise you that I was going to let you hear what he had to say about this. And I am. Let's do that because I love Robert Barnes, and any opportunity I have to play a clip of him shilling for my lawsuit is a good day for me. And right now, that is the top story trending on PJ Media right now, which I'm so thrilled about. We have a lot of eyeballs on that right now. That is fantastic. I guess the word got out in Wauwatosa. I think maybe the word got out that the Wauwatosa board is in serious freaking trouble. And by the way, if you have not seen this stream, that was the pre-stream before Nick's birthday party on Joe Good Logic's channel, this is the one to watch because this is a show that shows you how four people can interact with one another without it turning into a shit show. It was actually informative and so fun and so funny. We had so many good laughs on this show. And so I will drop the link to it, but let's listen to what Robert Barnes has to say about this lawsuit and about why he decided to take it.
Push, in order to help push people towards being motivated towards supporting this. What type of ripple effect, if any, do you think could be expected from a suit of this kind, assuming you are successful? Because most people don't care very much about Wauwatosa individually. They care about the potential ripple effect that this could have on other school boards. So if I'm thinking about like supporting free speech, and that's why I want to support this case, why should I have any hope that even if you're successful, it's going to affect my local school board?
The way to think about it is twofold. Think about all the viral moments from people making public commentary at school boards or other public organizations, city councils, county councils, you name it, because this would apply in all such contexts. And the goal is to hold them responsible, have to write an attorney's fee check, get an injunction against them, get declaratory relief. This applies to all local government bodies. Think about the guy who went before in Arizona and went through the problems in the election and how his little moment became viral and people could connect to it and resonated with it. Clay Travis down in Tennessee talking about mask mandates, talking about other aspects of lockdowns, talking about the intrusions on children's lives and the deprivation of their education based on lockdown nonsense. Think about all of those moments, people exposing. I mean, Loudoun County only happened because a father got really mad and tried to talk about it at a local school board meeting. That's how all of a sudden people started tuning in. And so all of those moments only happen if they can't preclude you and prohibit you from speaking. And that's why this public participation component of local governance is essential to the court of public opinion and is critical to meaningful change in any policies that you care about at the local government level, whether that's elections, whether that's schools, whether that's zoning, whether that's homelessness, whether that's crime. Doesn't matter what it is. Public participation is the only thing keeping a check on these politicians going AWOL, and preserving and protecting that right and holding them accountable when they violate it is fundamental to meaningful local governance for everybody everywhere.
Fan-freaking-tastic. I'm so excited that he decided to take this lawsuit. This is going to be so much fun. We are going to have an absolute blast teaching this school board a lesson. And I'm going to get to more of that tomorrow on True Crime Tuesday. We will talk about the crimes that this school board has already committed, and they've committed several of them, not just against me, but against a fellow board member. That's coming up tomorrow as well. Because true crime is not just about murderers. Sometimes we highlight the murderers of the Constitution and government agents who do things like that. In the meantime, keep calm and sue everyone. That is my motto. If you would like a t-shirt or a sticker, you can go onto my merch store, which is linked in the description, and you can pick up those things, t-shirts, mugs. I also have a bunch of these. Make Americans Friends Again. They come in beer mugs and coffee mugs, and I truly believe it. And I have no ill will towards Kurt or anybody else. I want everybody to be friends. And I think that we should all learn how to talk to one another in a civil way and argue and disagree without losing our shit would be nice. Because we're all adults and we don't need to have tantrums on our friends, even if we are having a drink or two. But even so, forgive and forget, that's fine. I have no problem with that. In the meantime, you guys, make sure you subscribe on my locals channel. Get over to pjmedia.com. Clickety-click on all my articles because that helps me. And I surely appreciate you. I want to do a final check to make sure I didn't miss any Rumble rants or locals chats. So while I'm doing that, hold on, I got to pull this up. Here we go. Okay. Why is that taking forever to load? Do you guys have Macs? I have a Mac, and my Mac does this weird thing where a bunch of my files they upload it to the cloud, and then I can't access them quickly. All right, headed over to Rumble, just checking. Okay, Rumble's good. We're caught up on Rumble. Locals, it looks like we are caught up on locals as well. So thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for all the super chats and the Rumble rants and everything today. I appreciate your questions. I appreciate everything. And it was a terrific show. I'm out of here. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow at 11 for True Crime Tuesday. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Casey Anthony, episode 3. It's going to be fantastic, going to be hilarious. See you.
Lost, my world is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices. Oh, and my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say. This time I know my road is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices. In my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say. No, I don't wanna say goodbye.
So I take Johnny's problem is he should have come storming in there with a string of garlic and some holy water.
And a cross. a crucifix.
May the power of Christ compel you.
No, I don't.
He realized his house was infested with succubuses. And
Of what it, yes.
Succuloters.
When you arrived in the afternoon. I don't remember saying it now. So while she
No wonder he said drown her before you burn her.
oh my God.
You-
Your next witness?
Now I know why you wanted to drown her.
Laces. And
Next
that is
witness
also
lives in
by
Romania.
video.
Is that correct?
That begins with Miss Vasquez.